guys, I'm ChezPride and welcome back to the second part of me building 3 different businesses on one lot in somewhat of the form of townhouses. And I'm actually back with part 2 of a build in less than a month, you guys. And can I say, that's pretty good for me. I feel like when it comes to gameplay mini-series that are just a few parts, I always tend to come out with the second part pretty quick. But for some reason, most of the time, if it's a build series that there's more of 1 or 2 parts in, I struggle with getting the next part out. I actually have a couple of build series going on my series right now, but because it's taking me so long to get the next part out, probably half of y'all don't even know what they are. But we are here today coming back with part 2 just a couple of weeks later. So I just had to say that because I'm pretty proud of myself. But if you don't remember this build from just looking at it, basically I'm building this build to do my last 3 gameplay reviews for The Sims 4 Businesses and Hobbies. And finishing this build is all that is standing in the way of me finishing the rest of those gameplay reviews. But basically, the last 3 reviews that I want to do for that pack are going to be me trying to climb the 3 different business alignment trees that came with the game. And then the rest of the videos that I put out in this pack won't really be as much as reviews, as much as they will either be me just playing with businesses or building businesses. So to do these last 3 gameplay review videos, I'm bringing back the Pinkie Pie and her 2 sisters, Inky and Maud, that I made for another Business and Hobbies review video. And I'm giving them each their own business place and their own living spaces. So in the last part, I did most of the outside. I'll probably add a couple of touches on the left and the right just to make it look like a little bit more used and more like a business that is open. But most of the outside is already done. And then I already did the entire middle pink building, which the top area is Pinkie's living space. And then the bottom area is her candy and cupcake store. And then we also did the top of the black building, which is their personal party area. Because, Pinkie Pie is a party pony. She has to have her own party area. And today I want to do, like I said, just a couple of touches on the outside. And then we are going to be doing the rest of the black building, which is going to be the main level. So the back of the main level is Inky's house. And then the front of the main level is the beginning of her tattoo shop. And then the basement is the rest of her tattoo shop and also a secret bubbler room. And then on the right side, we are going to be building Maud's place. And Maud has an apartment in the top in the back. And then the rest of the building is her shop, which is like a gemology and pottery school and shop type place. So in the front, there's going to be a little shop that sells pottery and gemology crafts. And then up top, we're going to do a gemology classroom. And in the back, we're going to do a pottery classroom. So that's kind of what we're going to be working on today. And at the end, I will give a grand final tour of the entire place, including what we did last episode. But for this one, it is going to for sure be a longer video. So let's get settled and jump right in. So I am more personally excited to do the tattoo shop. I hate to say that I'm more excited to do one side than the other, but Inky is more my personal style, and for some reason, ever since Businesses and Hobbies have came out, I have been absolutely obsessed with making tattoo shops. So the game plan kind of is we're going to start with the outside of the tattoo shop, work our way in. When you first come in, there's a lobby area, there's a restroom area, and then we have a little tattoo consultant office. And then we'll work our way down to the basement. This is where the customers, after they have talked to the people about their tattoo, can come and kind of chill and watch TV and wait to get tattooed, maybe listen to music or something. And then these 2 rooms are going to be the tattoo rooms. So she's going to have her own personal tattoo room, but I also want her to have an employee tattoo room just so we can hire an employee to do tattoos as well. And then there's a hidden bookcase door here, and it's going to lead to a quote-unquote secret smoke room. So I'm going to put some bubblers in here, and we're going to pretend it's like an adult-only area. I mean, this is going to be kind of an adult-only shop, but, you know, you get the point. And then we're going to work our way up and do her living space. So this is like her bedroom, her bathroom, her living room. And then we're going to kind of do the same concept with Maud's side after we do that. So we're going to start with the front of the shop, work our way in. When you first come in, this is going to be like the shopping area where people can buy the pottery or the jewelry. There'll be a bathroom. And then back here, we're going to have a pottery class. And then up here, when you come up the stairway, we're going to have a gemology class. And then this is Maud's living space. So she has a bathroom over here, a bedroom, a little room to do her hobbies in, and then her living space. So that is pretty much the whole game plan, and we are going to start out by doing, like I said, the front of the tattoo shop. But there is also kind of another reason I wanted to do the outside of the tattoo shop first, and it's kind of silly because it's completely non-functional. But I've had this image in my head ever since we did the first part of this build to have a car outside the tattoo shop. I just feel like Inky, if any sim in this household was going to have a car, it would be Inky, and she would have a nice little sporty black car. Like, that's the goal. And obviously, we can't have a real car because there are no real cars currently in The Sims. I don't know if we ever will get real cars in The Sims, but if you guys have been watching my channel long enough, you guys know that I like to take the couple of toy cars we have. There's also cars in Debug you can use, but I like to use the ones outside of Debug. But I take these little toy cars and I try to size them up to fit, you know, kind of a realistic size of what a sim might drive. That's too short. That's too short. That's about as small as I can make it, and it still look like she can get it. But I feel like she would have a small little sporty black car, and she would purposely park in front of the shop. I mean, obviously she lives in the back of the shop, so it makes sense that her car would be parked in front of the shop. But, you know, if you have a business, most of the time you probably want to park your car like on the side of the business or on the side of the street so people kind of, you know, have a view of your shop. But I feel like she's the type to be like, oh, look at my nice car. Like, I totally didn't just like pull up in the nicest car in town because no one else in town has cars, blah, blah, blah. So I feel like she would want to show off her car. So I'm going to kind of just like scoot it up into between the plants. Now, she can't get out on the driver's side. Well, you know, maybe this is a less American world and the driver's side is not on the left side. We'll say that. We'll say this is the driver's side, even though that's not what I'm used to. But we can kind of just like squeeze her car up there. I don't want it to be like in the plants, but you know, as close as I can get. Because I still want there to be like a clear, obvious view of the front door. I don't think she would want to take the view completely away from her front door, but I definitely want the car in the front because I just feel like that would be so inky. But as far as the outside of the shop goes, I think I'm going to keep it kind of simple. The front of this is very chaotic, so I kind of want the side buildings to be a little less chaotic. But I feel like with Inky's accent color being kind of a darkish pink, well, we're going to mainly be black, have some white accents, and then have like a dark pink accent, and then we might have like some neon signs that are like neon pink. So that's kind of like the concept we're going for. So I'm thinking there's this plant, and I have overused this plant so much over the years. So much. but it has the perfect swatch for this. Isn't that just like the perfect swatch for this? I don't know. I love it. Should I put it in front of the window or in front of the door? I kind of like it in front of the window. We could add a smaller plant. Do we have any more pink plants that kind of go with this color scheme? I mean, this is kind of a lighter pink, but the base is kind of a darker pink. I kind of like the light pink contrast next to the dark pink plant. And it kind of adds a little bit of more tall plants by the front door. I kind of like that. How about that slightly clips? But I think it's only clipping. Oh, no, it is clipping into the front of this. So we can have those tall plants there, and then maybe some kind of rug in the front. I don't know whether I want a pink or a black rug in the front, though. I wonder if there's one that's both. Do we have a pink and black? We have this pink and black rug, but I feel like that's more appropriate for the inside. We might put that on the inside, though. I actually like that for the inside. Hold up. Let me just place that inside so we have it for later. But I want, like, maybe like this. I don't know if that black is black enough. That's kind of a blue, almost. There's also this one that has the black frame. And it has pink and, or dark and light pink. So that could also work. The dark pink is not as dark of a pink as I want, but honestly, I'm not mad about that. What if we did some kind of like tiny statue next to the door? Can you all see Inky being like okay, well, this is also going to go on the inside of her build because I feel like this is very goth tattoo shop vibes. But wouldn't you guys totally see Inky being a cat person? Like, I feel like she would have cat statues outside her door. I just feel like that's her vibe. So we can have some black cat statues. We're not trying to get spooky, but I think it fits the vibes. So we can have some cat statues, especially since we can't, like, have this be a cat shop. I feel like you wouldn't want cats just roaming around the tattoo shop for hygiene reasons. So fake cat statues out front is cute. And honestly, do we really need anything else? I think that's pretty good. That's pretty good. If there's anything else I think of, we'll come back to it. But we are automatically going to start out with this entryway. And I think I want this entry lobby to have black walls and black floors. So let's go ahead and start with a black floor. Should we just use my favorite wooden floor? I know it's vampires and not a lot of people like using vampire stuff, but I love the vampires pack and I'm not mad about using that floor. We also could use the square. We could do maybe the slanted up top, and then since we're already using the vampire pack, just use the vampire square floor on the bottom. But now we have, well, I guess while we're in floors, let's pick out a black tile for the bathroom. We could do that just as an accent for some kind of pink up top. I don't know, I like that. And then let's go to the wall pattern, take off pink, and let's just do black. Let's go ahead and get the black tile that matches this there, because believe it or not, it does have a black and a pink swatch. Where's the freaking tile? See, why is that not under the black category? I don't understand. I wanted to pick out a black wallpaper that could kind of go in the majority of the shop. So I want it to be kind of simple, but also I want it to be kind of fancy. And honestly, this is the perfect vibe. Hold up. I may not use this for the basement, but for the lobby? Oh my god, that's perfect. I'm obsessed with that. And then we could do some kind of like stone. Well, what's the outside made out of again? Is that stone? I think. Let's see. What happens if we bring this on the inside? I mean, that's kind of nice. And then we could just have this be the main wall in the downstairs area. Kind of give like basement vibes, where it's all one floor and all one wall. I like that. And then I want to do another fun wallpaper in the office, but a different fun wallpaper, but that's also black. Ooh, the butterflies are kind of perfect though. And it's from Life and Death, and we're already using Life and Death. So I don't hate that. And we can add pink in other ways. Like I'm specifically thinking a pink rug in the tattoo console area. Possibly, let's see. Oh, of course it doesn't come in the exact right pink. Of course it doesn't. Why would it? It's more of a salmon pink. This is the right color. We could try to do 2 of them and make them work somehow. I'll just place 2 in there for now. But honestly, why is that kind of perfect for the basement hallway? Hold on, I kind of love that. The floor also didn't copy over here. But look at the petals for the floorway. I think that's such a cool accent to have like fake petals going to the smoke room. I don't know. That's just kind of fun to me. It's just kind of fun. I don't know where we're going to use this rug, so I'm going to put it aside for now. But I kind of wanted there to be a nice pink rug by the door as well. So let's go ahead and keep looking at pink rugs while we are at the category. Ooh, no. I keep always wanting to use this somewhere. I never use it. So I can try to use it. But I don't know if I'm going to end up using it. I'll place it out just in case. But we need a dark pink. Should we just use the one that we thought about using on the outside on the inside? Because this kind of fits the vibes of the inside quite nicely. I could also put it all the way across. I think there's also a bigger version, but I don't... Yeah, no. We could do this and just have it be a whole grand entranceway rug. I guess that could work. And then we could have like a little entrance table here maybe. So what if we go to surfaces, let's do accent tables, and I was gonna just filter my black, but this is actually kind of perfect. This is kind of perfect, honestly. And we could put like this on it and maybe some plants or something, and then that kind of sections off the hallway from the sitting area. Anyway, I think that's nice. It does need a piece of artwork here. I would like to do some entryway plants. I'm going to have a seating area over here, so I don't feel like I should put seating in the front. But let's go back to plants maybe and see what we got for pink plant. Okay, the yellow flowers on this is kind of a weird touch, but what do we feel about like placing some of these on either side? I don't know. I just think it's kind of like a modern, unique touch that's in the right color. Okay, I don't hate that. I don't love the color on the front of this. So what if we were to put a kiosk? Because we don't actually have one for the build yet. I feel like hers is the only one that actually needs it. Like mods, you're going to make money off of selling and classrooms. Pinkie, you're going to make money off of selling a bunch of merchandise. And Inky, they might give you a tattoo. Every time I've played with a tattoo shop, like, you have to almost force the customers to want a tattoo. They don't, like, come ask for one. Very rarely do they come ask for one, at least. So I'm kind of thinking, like, maybe a ticket kiosk to charge an entrance fee to come use the lobby might be a smart move on this business. And since I don't love the colors on the front of this on the right side, I'm thinking about putting a ticket kiosk, like, right in front of it. And this has like a pink accent on it. So we could like put it right in front of the table. So we have that there. And then maybe something tall on this side so it kind of goes down like this. I don't know if... do we want to do another plant? Do we want to do another statue? I'm thinking maybe a plant. Just because we already have a statue in the middle. We could put that flower there. And this has more yellow on it. So it ties in these yellow flowers as well. I don't hate that. So we could do something like that. But then it kind of looks weird from this side not having anything right here. Maybe we can put like, ooh, I know. What if we put some book displays out? Take off the pink. But we could put like stacks of books out and pretend it's like some tattoo designs that you can look at or something. A lot of tattoo shops do that, actually. I mean, purple kind of goes with it. And that's more yellow. Okay, I guess this works. So we can pretend this is like a little tattoo book looking area. I think that's nice. And then this I wanted to make into a seating area. And this rug kind of fits perfectly in this area. So maybe we can put some black seating over here. I feel like she would definitely have like big black leather sofas. I feel like that's definitely the vibe of this place. Maybe not super nice ones, but like nice enough ones. And then maybe we can add some smaller black seats that don't have yellow on them. It's just the maybe we should do single. And we have this from Life and Death. If we're already using Life and Death, we can use that. We also have this, but that's like less of a black. Well, this one's more of a black back, and it has yellow. Do I like this or this? I think I like the one from Life and Death best, honestly. So we can have a little lobby sitting area there. I like that. Maybe we have some music along this wall. I could see that. So let's go ahead and look at our music options. Ooh, I could totally see her having what is this called? Vinyl player. I guess we can should we put this under or should we? I feel like this needs to go downstairs. I feel like this is going to go well somewhere down here. We can even like size it up or something. I don't know. Let's see. If we have music on this wall, should we have artwork on this wall? It's like the only plain wall. So I feel like if we're going to add some artwork, this would be the wall to do it on. This is kind of the right vibes. Hold up. I was going to try to use two smaller paintings or a long big painting. But what if we put this we can even put it twice, honestly. I don't hate putting paintings twice in The Sims 4 when they're right next to each other. We could put that with the vinyl player, and that kind of gives jazz vibes with the vinyl player. I kind of love it. And it has the pink in it. Yeah, I think that's nice. I kind of like this. This is kind of the vibe of the shop. So we could put this here. Maybe we would put some bookcases here. We have some bookcases downstairs. But I don't think having some upstairs would be a bad idea to kind of blend in the ones that are downstairs. So we put one here. Well, they don't want to fit well with this painting, do they? I guess the painting could be sized down and we could place it here. I just don't want it right up against that door. I feel that's slightly annoying. But we could put the paintings here. Maybe we put another seating area over here, but we could put a little ottoman or something. It'll do. And then honestly, does plants go on this little shelf right here? Oh yes, we could put these little pink flowers all up in here to have more of the dark pink. Love that. Yeah, let's go ahead and do the bathroom next just to get it out of the way. So I think we'll probably have a 1-stall bathroom. I feel like that's the most logical since do we have room for 2 stalls in here? We could possibly squeeze 2 stalls in. I was thinking only 1 stall would fit, but let's see if we can fit 2 stalls. Because the ones from Businesses and Hobbies, they slot weird. But once you get them to alt place, they do kind of fit together nicely. So we can all place that one there. Oh yeah, that fits almost perfectly across, actually. It does block the window, but I think that's not a bad thing. I don't think that's a bad thing. I do want to bring the light fixture out. Yeah, let's get more light out here. Oh, but that makes it hard to squeeze in a counter with the way I place that door. I guess we could use these sinks and like scooch them next to each other and like pretend is a countersink. It's just a modern countersink where the counter is missing. Oh god. Okay, but we can put a mirror. I'm questioning what size mirror. This is pretty much the perfect size, and it comes in a black swatch. And it is one of my favorite mirrors. So we can put like a little sink area there, and then some kind of like, ooh, I know. I used to use this all the time. I haven't used it in so long. I don't even know where it is anymore. But there's that really tall like bamboo wall. I think it's from either Dine Down or Spa Day. Like, it's really old. This is from Spa Day. Yeah, let's use this. It's been so long since I've used that. Yeah, okay, that works. I like that. I'm happy with that. We can put a full mirror in here too, because Businesses and Hobbies did come with a new full-length mirror. So if people want to come in the bathroom and look at their tattoo before they leave, they can. I don't like any of the swatches because they all look white because there's a ring light. Okay, that's annoying. Anyways, bathroom done. Pretty much the whole upstairs but this room done. Now, first thing, this is going to sound so random. First thing I want to do is put a curtain. Because I don't like that window being exposed. I don't want, like, customer privacy. So, let's go ahead. Maybe we can do that curtain. That way she can open and close as she pleases. Obviously, that's not how it's really going to work. But we can make pretend. Let's see. Do we want to put 3 of these? And just pretend to use it as a carpet? I mean, it might look kind of glitchy, but I kind of like that. I kind of like that, honestly. So let's maybe do that. Make it look comfy in here. And the idea behind this room was to put a desk for Inky and a couch for the customers. But I kind of want to do what I did in one of the other tattoo shops I had. And I want to put a TV in here. Now, there's going to be a TV for people to functionally watch TV downstairs. But we have this light up, like, LED TV that has this pink on it. I kind of like imagine, like, she would sit at her tablet or her computer and do a design and then pop it up on the screen where everyone can see it. And I think that's what we're going to go with. So we need a 3-tile couch. So let's specifically go to 3-tile couches that are black, because we already have a lot of pink in here. And black is her main color, so we can pick out a more comfy looking couch. I mean, I feel like this is not too nice, but it's still really nice. So we'll put that, and then we can put a black desk for her. So I'm thinking, honestly, maybe the one from Life and Death. We're already using a lot of Life and Death in this room, so it makes sense. And I kind of imagined a little laptop, so we can have just a little, I guess, Businesses and Hobbies laptop here. Or do we... I wanted the laptop because I wanted it to be able to slide in and out of the space. But if I don't put another desk, that won't be possible. I could put 2 of these desks together and try to act like it's one big desk. And then the laptop can fit there. And you can still slide it right here for when you do and don't want it. I just feel like you wouldn't always want a laptop there. You know, I feel like you would kind of want it to the side when you could have it to the side. Let's go and get a desk chair real quick. I kind of already know which one I want to use, and obviously we're going to use this one because I use this one all the time. I wanted to do a tablet, a couple of tablets actually. So we have the actual digital art sketch pad, which I do want sitting over there, but I think it's just the regular slablet that they do the tattoo drawings on. I may be wrong, but I'll do one digital art thing and then 2 tablets. And then those can all theoretically connect to her computer. Maybe she would also totally have like a like smart speaker here. And then really as far as electronic wise goes, I think that's really all she needs. Even and realistically, she doesn't need all that. Ooh, this is also kind of perfect for the vibes of this room. Do we have it in all black? Aw, why can't we have it in all black? Okay, well, I'll also put some gold there. That I was wondering what to put on that wall. That actually fits perfectly. Okay, I like that. But I did want to put sketches in here. These sketches that I was thinking of. It came with like one of the artist kits. So I'm sure this has some swatches. Yeah, this kind of looks like sketches you put in a tattoo shop. That seems right. Maybe we have a little tiny coffee table. Ooh, this one's kind of the vibe. This is kind of the vibe, and we can center it with the couch. I think people can still get around there to sit. But then, like, theoretically, people, like, come put their drinks down or put their purse down. You know? Okay, I like that as the office. Okay, what do we think about this? This is technically a kitchen black backsplash tile, but it looks really nice between the blank spaces on this wallpaper. And that kind of adds some artwork without actually adding artwork. I don't know. I think it looks nice. I'm going to leave it. And then we have to put something back here. I feel like those work really well. And that adds a little bit more pink and white in there as well. So I think with that, that's pretty much the front and upstairs of the tattoo shop done. So now let's go into the actual basement part where the actual tattooing will be done. Well, very first thing is we need to change these stairs. I'm pretty sure I just put those as placement stairs. We can switch them out now for something a little bit nicer. I do want like a black wall on it. Well, I may just like have to copy the wallpaper and do simple walls. Okay, so we have that. Now, the question is how we want to lay this out. Maybe I do the actual tattoo rooms first, because I don't know exactly how I want to lay out the lobby. I do kind of know how I want to lay out the tattoo rooms. First of all, we need to get the tattoo table. Do we want to do the guest tattoo shop a different color? Or do we want to do both of them kind of all black? We should almost do them both all black just to make sure they match. So I'm feeling, let's put the actual tattoo table like kind of in the center of the room here. I kind of want to take up most of the room. And then we have the little tattoo shop carts here. Let's see, which side do I want to be hers? I think I want this to be hers theoretically. So I'm going to put some like stickers on her little tattoo carts. There also is a smaller cart we might put on that side. Okay, so we can do just the regular plain one for the employee. I kind of like imagine like the employee's side isn't going to be as personalized, but that's just kind of my thought process going into this. First of all, this is the cart I was looking for. So we can add a little cart there next to that one, and then I want to get some shelves above it. So we can get a shelf there, a shelf there, a shelf there. Try to kind of like spread these even under it. Alright, what else we got in here? I know we have ink somewhere. I'm kind of a fan of the idea of putting some ink there. We could put this plant here. Let's see. Do we want to do it in a fun color? Ooh, that's kind of a nice color. Okay, let's put that plant in the corner there so there's something there. We also need to go ahead and put a mirror in here too before I forget. But I wanted to do the tattoo ink. So I'm going to get some ink up on these shelves just in all the different colors. You know, you want a bunch of different color options for your ink. There's unfortunately not as many color options as I would like to put, but we'll do with what we got. We also have these tattooing tools. Make it look like she has a bunch of different colors, which is kind of hard when the balls don't have a lot of options and there's not that many colors. Okay, so we can say like that's like her collection ink. Maybe it's not full and she needs some restocking. I don't know. But I feel like there should be a mural piece behind here. And I kind of want to use, is it not from Business and Hobbies? No, I know this is there. Okay, here. I think it's this one. I feel like we've used that a lot, but I feel like this mural piece is just so good. I don't want to not use it. And I feel like the exploding head is kind of like her vibe. We also have cats and dogs, which is cute. We could put these right here behind the little tattoo carts. But I know I used the exploding head in the last build, but I kind of like the exploding head. Maybe we do a pink accent wall with it. Yeah, I think this is going to be our best option as far as plain pink walls go. Obviously, we want to put some sale print tables out here too. I want to display her tattoo prints on a tattoo board. Like, I feel like that's one of the main things we need down here. So I'll probably put like 2 out here somewhere. Like, I'll figure it out where I'll put these. But I want one in her own personal tattoo shop. So maybe we can do that along this wall here. So you can put that there. Or do we want it? Do I want it against this wall? And like have it kind of centered here? I don't know if that would be best. Or I feel like this side's already kind of crowded. So I feel like we should put it back over here. And then give her a little stool. I know they don't need the stool when they do the tattooing. But I like the little stool that came with this pack. So we can... It doesn't have all... Oh, I thought it had all black. This has it all black. Which is what I've been using. So we do this little stool here. Maybe we have another one of these carts. They tend to always have a little cart next to their stool whenever they give tattoos. I'm not talking about Sims, by the way. I'm talking about like actual tattoo artists. But we could put maybe another one of these little tattoo sets here. So like that's her spare one. And then this is like her main. Let's see. Do we want to give it... Ooh, it comes in pink. Perfect. Okay. So that's kind of a good setup here. Should we... Maybe we put a little pink rug in here. We can copy this pink rug from up here and kind of have it like maybe under the tattoo table. I feel like the table should be a little bit more centered with it. And then we could put the stool closer this way. I feel like that works. Now the only problem is this blank wall. Because I don't like this wall being blank. Since we have a vinyl thing upstairs, maybe she's a big vinyl collector. And we could do like different vinyls on the wall. Because we have these like little vinyl collectors. And that also some of them look like kind of painted. So I kind of like the idea of that. Maybe she collects painted vinyls. I don't know. It seems like a good idea. Let's see. And also, we have like the vinyl emo rain cloud. That's honestly kind of perfect. That's kind of the perfect vibe. Maybe we leave it at that. Well, I feel like there should there be something on the... Oh my god, this one needs to come down a little bit. But should there be something on this side? Let's see. Do we have any other designs that are vinyls that we haven't used yet? I think we've used all the vinyl ones. Well, have we used this one? We haven't used this one yet. It's kind of like the right size. Okay. We can pretend the high school diploma is like her tattooing degree. I don't know. I like that. I think with that, that's a pretty good little tattoo room here. That's her own personal room. And then we can do the more casual tattoo room here. So we can add a little cart here and kind of give them the same bench setup maybe that she has over in her room. Just to be nice. Let's do theirs in the corner. So it takes up more room, so I have to put less clutter in this one. So we just go ahead and copy the little stool over. Imagine that would be there. Another little tattoo cart. We can put the tattoo cart behind them so it looks more like out of the way. I'm trying to make it very obvious which is hers and which is just the guest tattoo shop. Like I said, maybe we do theirs in yellow. Maybe the accent color in here can be yellow. Since we have been having yellow in here in the shop as an accent color, we could make the guest or the employee tattoo shop kind of yellow themed. I don't hate that idea. And then we could have like a yellow accent wall. Hold on, that's actually kind of sounds kind of fun. I am not the biggest fan of pink or yellow, but this is kind of exciting me. There's this yellow. Let's see, we have this Love Struck one. We're already using a bunch of Love Struck, so I don't hate the idea of that. And then what if we did a rug? Let's see, I know we have a ton of yellow rugs. Ooh, what about the flower? I know that's kind of a weird vibe for a tattoo shop, but I kind of like it. Should we put little chairs? Maybe the guest tattoo shop can have like a little seating chair. I feel like Inky would want to work alone as much as possible, but maybe like her employee has like a guest chair where Inky could come sit and watch, or other people that come along can sit. But I feel like Inky would try to discourage people from coming in the room when she's tattooing, maybe? I don't know. So we have that. Should we I feel like they each would have like their own little speaker. Is that weird? We could put a speaker like right there on this little cart for each of them. So each one of them can be jamming their tunes while they're tattooing people. Well, we could put some kind of neon lights. We're going to be putting neon lights out in the lobby anyways. So should we just do some in here? Like we could do like one, maybe this is like her employee's little own business logo. Maybe this can be the employee certificates. Well, you know what? Let's give the multiple certificates to Inky and then give the single certificate to the employee. Because maybe like, they're just starting out and Inky has like a bunch of certificates because she's been doing it a while. Because she's like top 10, like high level skill. So we put those in her office. Okay, but why do I love this? I feel like that fits the vibes of the tattoo shop so well. I know I'm pulling out random stuff and placing them everywhere else but where I'm looking for, but, maybe we can bring these sketches that are in the office and, like, size them down and kind of put, like, a display of sketches here. Obviously different sketches, but sketches nonetheless. I feel like the black and white or this. I don't know. That doesn't look too tattooy, but it does kind of fit the vibe of the room. I don't know. But we do have these posters I put out while I was searching through stuff, just because I figured this kind of fit the vibe. You know what? Screw it. It's Pride Month. Let's put a Pride flag up on the wall. That'll be good. So we can kind of have that as like the little wall there. Maybe we can add a little neon sign. Let's see. Hold on. I know there's a neon sign that came with the pack. Let's see what they have as far as that goes. Where is it? I always can't find it. There it is. Okay, so in yellow we have a guitar, we have a coffee mug, and a little cactus. I think the guitar may be the vibe. So we can put a little guitar light up thing there. It's just this wall I'm struggling with. I almost feel like we don't even have to have the full wall as long as we have something right here. I mean, we are doing neon signs, so I don't hate the idea of a yellow neon sign with cats and dogs on it, since we have the cat and dog little artwork on this one. I think that works. And honestly, while I was going through, I placed a couple of things out here. So the first thing was this Freezer Bunny statue. I don't know when I will ever use this Freezer Bunny statue if I don't use it here. Like, it randomly came with the pack. I don't know why it came with the pack, but it kind of fits the vibes of the tattoo shop perfectly. And it kind of blocks off the smoke room if you don't know the smoke room is back there. So I think that's nice. I also pulled out a fireplace because in this build in particular, we're going to be playing with the schemer alignment. And one of the things with the schemer alignment is you can eventually get to where you can cause a fire and get insurance fraud money. So I kind of want to do that with this little fireplace, perhaps. So we could do that. Let's see. Maybe the arrow goes on this wall, and then it can point to some tattoo art. I feel like most of her prints would probably be displayed here. And then honestly, let's see. I really want to use this rug somewhere because it's so perfect, but I just don't know where to use it. Okay, but I want a TV area somewhere. I'm debating if I should put this on this wall. And I don't know. I feel like it fits better on this wall. But then I have to decide, do I want the TV here or do I want the TV here? Because one of the business activities in Inkie's thing is to watch TV. So I want a big, nice TV they can watch. But I'm thinking this wall is probably going to be the best. Because we could do... Should we do this one? I like this TV for sizing. As well as this looks weird. I feel like we almost need to size it down and place it somewhere else. I like it. It fits the vibes. I just don't think it's exactly where I want. I keep finding things that are the vibe, but I don't know where to put. Put it on this wall, but that's extremely shrunken down. This is going to have to be a seating corner of some sort, even though this is going to be a whole seating area. Well, if we do that over there, then we could put the TV on this wall, and then we could get 2 fireplaces and really cause some insurance fraud. That sounds so bad, but I mean, come on. It sounds fun, right? Okay, but let's get some comfort. I always get those two confused. And we need some big black couches again. Ooh, these are the right vibe. Okay, so we could go with like this, maybe. Do these come with matching couches? What pack is this? This is the one with the sunglasses. Is that Dawn's kit? I honestly don't know the kit icons. As bad as that sounds, I really don't. Yes, Dawn's kit. Okay. Of course, it doesn't come with a 2-seater matching couch. It's annoying. Okay, well, we'll just have to filter it by black, because I pretty much want, like, this whole downstairs area to kind of mainly be black and white. And because this is very pink, black, and yellow up here, and then her thing is very pink and black. This is pink and yellow. So I feel like mainly, like, if from this view it should be mainly black, maybe we have some pink over on this way, because there's pink in here. So I don't mind maybe making this view pink and this view all black. Alright, but let's go ahead and select a couch that will go with that one because annoyingly it didn't come with a matching couch. Okay, I like the vibe of this couch, and that gives enough closeness to the fireplace that possibly something could catch on fire. Oh, but that doesn't leave much room for them to walk into the sitting area. We might have to scoot this couch back ever so slightly. That does take up more room anyways, so that kind of works. And then maybe we put like a big comfy rug. Like, I could totally see having like a black fuzzy rug up in this area. Well, that kind of fits up the space pretty much perfectly. Okay, if we just slide these down a little bit. So you have a big seating area over here with the TV. Maybe we can even draw in a big square coffee table because I love a good big square coffee table. Ooh, this one's kind of fancy. It has some white on it. Should we have a gaming console? I feel like that's so random for a tattoo shop, but I mean, might as well. You might as well. I don't hate the idea of having some kind of plants along the bottom of this TV. Yeah, something like this would be like almost perfect. So we can put those there and clip one in the middle. There we go. I also put this cow plant out on the table because I feel like that's a good centerpiece. We can put like the console behind it maybe. I feel like that makes it look nice. Now do we... Ooh, I do want artwork here. I know exactly what artwork I want, actually. They have the woman inspiration posters, and since inky, I feel like would be very, like, I don't know, feminist, maybe? We could put, like, the feminist women inspiration posters up on the wall. I think that looks nice. So that's a little area there. Maybe you know what? Let's put the music over here. I did say we were going to put a speaker down here. So we can go ahead and put this speaker up on the wall. We haven't used the Party Essentials kit. Well, we have upstairs. So yeah, let's go ahead and use the Party Essentials speaker up here. Maybe I did want this to be a little private sitting area, but maybe this is like a fake dance floor area. Does that sound weird? Should we be doing this? But we could like do it and people can come over here and dance. I mean, this honestly kind of gives the vibe of a tattoo shop. I don't hate this. I feel like this we could easily clip together. Oh yeah, that's easily clippable. It looks like it fits perfectly behind that couch. And then possibly we could do more cat tattoos down here. Let's go ahead and find the black kitties. So we can do one there. And we can do one there. Should we do one in the middle that's like a different color? I mean, all the other cats we have here are black. But maybe this one can... Well, will it center correctly? I don't know if it'll center correctly. But it's so cute. Okay, we can center like that. And I did say we were going to put neon signs down here. And then, like, did not put pink neon signs down here. So let me do that so I'm not a liar. So this comes in pink. And obviously this is a tattooing neon sign. So it works perfectly. So we could put, like, the graffiti more upwards. And then align the pink tattooed neon sign there. That's honestly perfect. What else do they have in pink? Oh, there's a little flamingo. I mean, that's only a little random. Just a little random. That's the only other pink one we have. Okay, it says that's green, but that's yellow, right? Like, that's totally a yellow cat sign. So maybe we can put that somewhere. Maybe a neon sign there. And then we could do, like, a smaller... We could shrink the little penguin down here. Or toucan. It's not a penguin. That's a toucan. We have this love sign. Honestly, this, like, dripping pink heart, I think is kind of cool. So we could put that there. What else do we have from here? There's a woohoo heart. I mean, this is supposed to be a slightly adult shop. So I don't hate the idea of the woohoo heart. Maybe we put that in her personal room. I feel like she would have the little woohoo heart in hers. Let's see, what else? There's an actual heart. Yeah, I have a bleeding heart there. Should we put another heart here? We could shrink it down and put it under the TV. That's kind of cool looking. Anything else we want to do? Oh, there's little dinosaurs. Should we... I don't want to put too much stuff that isn't in the color thing, but this kind of works because it has the yellow and it looks very tattoo shoppy. I think that's enough neon signs. I may have put enough neon signs. Perhaps. We'll see. Alright, so we have that. Well, maybe we should have one more here. Okay, hold on. I want to put these here. So we could put one here, like those. Maybe we just put the tattoo shop symbol here. Instead of a neon sign, we can just have the shop logo down here. Okay, I like that. I like that. Okay, I think it looks good like this. So that's the lobby, the 2 tattoos rooms. Now all we have to do is the secret smoke room. Now, obviously when you get a tattoo, you can't really drink. I mean, realistically, you're not supposed to at least. So I thought the idea of a secret bubbler room. We have like a bar upstairs in the party area. I'm like, I know. Okay, what is it called? Bubbletron. It's not called a bubbler technically. It's technically called a Bubbletron. But we have these. I wouldn't hate the idea of like a secret hookah room in here. It's kind of a fun concept to me. So we could have like this one here. This one here. Let's see, I want to like, is this room even? Hold on. It doesn't look even, but it is even. Okay, whatever. But we could put a couple of them in here. Yeah, I like this idea. Oof. Why do I want to put the bubble wall? Is that too much? Nope, I like it. I like it. It's not too much. It's not too much. I actually really like it. Okay, so we have that. Alright, so kind of ignore the rugs for now. But I came up with the idea of putting a little counter here with a register, almost as if you're going to pay for whatever you smoke. And I kind of tried to put this spice rack here, as in to pretend it's like different flavors of the hookah that you would put in there. And then depending on how much you want it, it would be like how much you weigh out on the scale. I don't know. I know that's kind of random, but I kind of liked it. I put these rugs out just because I kind of wanted to see if I can make them work and like do a overlap thing with them. So I'm thinking like possibly we could get a couple of different swatches of these. I don't know. I think these rugs are cute overlapped, and I don't do overlapped rugs. I honestly think enough. The actual little counter can have its own little rug. Yeah, like this. I kind of would feel like, I know that there's probably not going to be employees that sit in here and like make sure everything goes okay, but in my head there is. So that's what we're going with. So let me just place these back in the right order. There we go. Come on. Alright, so we can place those down like this, and then maybe like get a comfy chair to sit behind the counter, and then we can put seating around the hookah. So let's go ahead and comfort. We can just do a living chair for the person running the cash register, quote unquote. Obviously do a black chair. It has to be comfy. So we could do that there. But I want to do something a little more comfy looking for the actual smoking area. I just want it to look like you can like easily just like lay back and be like, what about these? Wait, why do I like that so much? Hold on. I'm debating if all of them should have 4 or if some of them should have like 2. Hold on. These may make it too big. Let's see. That kind of lines up with the corner of the rugs crossing over too. And then we could put this one in this corner. So have like a 2-seat bubbler and a 4-seat bubbler. I actually kind of like that. Hold on. So put that as far in the corner as we can get it. Put this one a little bit more like this. And then try to mimic that on this side. Yeah, we could do that. And I like these seats because 1, they look comfy, but 2, it gives you like privacy when you're in here. I don't know. I just think privacy would be nice. And then maybe we can do another speaker in here. Have some music going on here. Well, should we have a TV? Nah, I feel like music's more the vibe for in here. There's also the TV that is also a stereo. So you could have TV or music. Maybe that's a good idea. Where's the shelf version though? Like I know maybe I turn off the black filter. Where's the shelf version? This. Yeah. So we have the TV going there, but also have music if you would rather. Ooh, I do like these paintings, and this adds a little bit of gold without doing it overboard, and that goes with the door. Okay, I like that. We can bring them in a little bit closer. So like that. Alright. So I think that works for our smoke room, honestly, which that means, well, there was one other thing. I wanted to add a mirror in her tattoo room. I put a mirror in the other tattoo room, but I haven't put a mirror in this tattoo room. I feel like she would want her customers to be able to look at themselves. We may have to move the woohoo sign then. We may have to sacrifice, well, not sacrifice. We could just shrink it and put it over here. And then the plant go up above, or we could shrink the plant and put it above the mirror. That way we still have the plant, but it's not in the way of the view. That's pretty much the whole tattoo shop done. So now we have to just do Inkie's actual living space. So when it comes to the living spaces, the only kitchen that's going to be on this whole property besides the bakery kitchen is Pinkie Pie's kitchen. So last episode, we made this kitchen, and everyone's going to share that kitchen. But with Maud's living space, she's going to have like a living room and an office area with the bedroom, bathroom, and skill room. Inkie literally is going to have a area that goes straight into her shop. So she has that area here. She has a bathroom and bedroom here. But then literally the rest is just going to be like a living room. Because I don't think she really needs anything else. I may put like an office area or something over here. I don't know. Maybe I could put like a karaoke machine. We haven't put that anywhere. I don't exactly know what to do for a living area. I feel like it's almost too big for just a living room. But maybe if we start with the wallpaper, the flooring, and then do the bedroom and bathroom, the living room will come to me. I want to do a pink carpet in her bedroom. Also, we could do the pink tile in her bathroom. But what do we have for pink carpet? There's this. I honestly kind of like that. I don't think I ever use that carpet, especially for adults, so I don't hate using that now. So we can use that. But then if we're going to use all that, we have to have black walls. So let me go ahead and get the black tile from Love's Truck, because for some reason it doesn't count as black in the black swatch. I don't know. But we can do that. So that'll be her bathroom. And then let's turn on black walls and see what we get. Honestly, I'll probably use the same wood. Maybe I should go ahead and copy the wood into the living area as her. Or, actually, I like this more for her living space. So we can use that there. Now we can do black wallpaper. Maybe we can have this in the main living space. Very formal, very just nice plain walls, and then have something. I don't know if we should do something more fun in the bedroom or more simple in the bedroom. Okay, the problem I'm having is everything I'm finding is almost too busy for this carpet. But I really like this because the baseboards line up, even though the wall texture doesn't. But it still makes it like the baseboards go all around. And it's not the worst with this carpet. I mean, we could just not use this carpet as well. Okay, I can't do it, guys. I want to do a pink floor, but I don't think I can do it. I think I'm just going to have to tie it together with a pink rug. I really wanted to use pink carpet in here, but we could do this pink rug and just pretend that it has an outer layer of black around it, and it's actually the floor. It's not a rug, it's the floor, but it's a cool looking floor. I don't know, I didn't know how else to make it work. I'm sorry. Alright, but this is going to be our bedroom. This is kind of a big bedroom, honestly. Maybe it's not as big as it looks. Okay, let's go to beds. This is almost very inky. So is this, though, from Get Famous. I hate Get Famous, but it does have a lot of the right pink colors in it, honestly. Because we could do this and do something behind it. Maybe we could do a built-in bookshelf moment. Because we have some new, honestly, really nice built-in bookshelves. If I can find them. Ooh, there's also these. These aren't the ones I was thinking of, but I like these. Hold up. That's cool. I don't like the fact it doesn't fit perfectly, but maybe we can find a skinnier one that kind of blends in with it. Or we can do a shelf moment. Yeah, we could put a shelf behind the bed. I like that. And we have the big built-in bookcases. Ooh, we have the base game ones that have that pink color that we're going for. I should hate it, but I honestly don't hate it. I hate that I don't hate it. You are allowed to hate me for the fact that I don't hate this. I know it's ugly, but I'm kind of obsessed with it. Okay, hold on. Turn off the black filter. Maybe we use more of these plants that I have in front. No, let's use a different. Should we use a different plant? I don't know what other plants work with this color scheme. Not a lot of the right plants are in this color. You know, her shop has some accents of yellow in it. Maybe it wouldn't be too far off for her to have yellow plants in her room. I think that looks nice. And then I wanted to add that open book from the gamer kit, because it comes in a black swatch, so we pretend she's reading, but I also want to have a little tablet beside the bed for maybe she have some inspiration or something while in the middle of the night, so she could grab her little tablet. Oh my god, this lamp, I wasn't planning on looking for a lamp, but it kind of fits perfectly, so I'm kind of obsessed. So she can have her books there, that there. Maybe, should we have I almost feel like she would have a walk-in closet moment. I mean, Pinkie Pie has a walk-in closet. And hers doesn't have to be a technical walk-in closet. I guess I don't hate that. I don't hate that. And then it can kind of loop around this way. I don't love the fact the plant doesn't go all the way to the edge of the carpet. And I feel like that's such a silly thing for me to care about. Because, why does the plant have to go to the edge of the carpet? I don't know. But in my head it does, okay? So we could do that, and then have this be kind of like a dresser area. So we could, well, I guess, hold on. What if we specifically added a wall here? So we could add this wall here for the closet. And then the plant could go like this. I was hoping the wall would go all the way to the door, and then I could just do the walls from there, but I guess not. I still want the bump out wall because I want to put a walk-in closet, but it didn't work out the way I wanted it to. We can still put in a walk-in closet though. So let's go ahead and put in my favorite walk-in closet in the game. And then we have to have like an actual dresser as well. And that'll do like a full-length wall mirror over here. So we can, I think that neon, where's that neon mirror I love so much that I've been using for years? Spot A, that's it. Okay, it doesn't come in the right pink. It does come in yellow though. So we can add this little light up mirror here. So maybe like this. Alright. And then, ooh, I feel like she would have somewhere she would sit and do her makeup. Actually. So maybe the wall mirrors actually might have to go on that wall. And what if we use the new one? Well, I don't know how new it really is anymore, but the newer one from the kit is Bella's quote-unquote Bella Goss kit. Now I don't love the plant border situation. It makes me want to move it like this, which is so weird, but if I leave it like this, I don't think they'll be able to walk through right here. Like, I think that's too shallow of an area. Let's see. I like it like this. But we could make it to where they kind of cat a corner and it goes all the way to the edge of the carpet on this side, which does give me satisfaction. I think if they can walk around it, it does leave a little weird bump right here, but we can figure out something for right there. Maybe we put like, I don't know, I'll put something there. But I think if we do that, I can put, oh, that's a little too far into the wall, but I think that'll work. What kind of, don't we need a, I can't remember if it's this kind of chair or a desk chair we put here. It's a desk chair. Okay. So let's go to desk chairs. I guess we could use this one from high school years. A wall of mirrors here, which isn't like ideal because I wanted to put like a big wall art piece there, but I think it's gonna have to do. I did want like an actual dresser in here is the only problem. Like, that's the only issue I'm having right now. There are these. Do these come in all black? They come in black and gray. That's black and blue. And of course they don't come in the colors I want. Why? Why would they? Why would they? Everything that looks black is freaking either gray or brown. Okay. But if we scoop these into the plant, we could like kind of make that corner maybe seem a little bit more intentional because these are really narrow. They technically still count as dressers, but I can maybe clip them here. They want to automatically place, and I don't love that. I kind of want to alt place them, but I guess I'll have to do. It may affect the closet a little bit, but the closet's more there for looks. Maybe if I do this one first, and then, oh, now that one wants to clip. Why do they have to be modular? Why? Like, most of the time I love that. Right now, I'm not the biggest fan. I guess that's the best we're going to do. And then maybe we can add, like, a little bit to, will clutter fit on there? I'm thinking, like, you know, like a perfume bottle or something. Yeah, like these little perfume sample bottles. You can get them, like, the yellow or something. That's cute. And then maybe, like, a comb. I think they called it a comb in here. Yeah, we could just get her a little pair of black combs so she can do her hair. Maybe we get, I know this already has makeup stuff on it, but we could get like one of those makeup boxes. I don't know exactly what it's called, but normally when I look at makeup box, I find it. So we can do that there. It does have a pink swatch, but I'm not a big fan of the pink. Alright, so we could do that. Yeah, that looks nice. That looks nice. Maybe we put a little speaker for... There's a lot of speakers in this build. Oh, I have a bad habit of that, though. Like, I overuse speakers in my builds. It's honestly not that great of a habit to have. But we could put a little pink speaker there. That'd be cute. So what if we tried... We could try to bring a little bit more of the yellow in here, perhaps. And there's always this. I mean, she is Pinkie Pie's sister. So this isn't as random as it seems, just having random balloons on the wall. Like, even just a painting of balloons. Okay, I don't hate that. I actually don't hate that. Okay, we'll leave that. We'll leave that just because it's Pinkie Pie's sister. That is the only reason we're leaving that. Why do I want to put actual balloons around those? Hold on. If the balloons that I'm thinking of have a gold and black swatch, I will use them. Okay, I guess I'll do. Okay, we can get these little, like, emo balloons. Inkie's like the emo version of Pinkie. I don't know. I like it. I like it. Maybe we get one more over here. I shouldn't like that, but I do like that. And it kind of makes me, honestly, this is bad. Okay, let's go to decorations. I don't know what it's under. I know it's high school years, though. We have this balloon wall. I kind of love it. I kind of love it. Hold on. It doesn't fit there. It doesn't fit there. It honestly fits the best right here. So we have like an aging up area upstairs, but maybe Inkie can have like her own little party area down here. So maybe this is the proper living room. And also we need to copy these stairs and move them here, because the other stairs just was not working for me. So we put that there. And you know what? I feel like she'd be really into technology. Let's give her a nice TV. So we can give her this TV. Maybe we could give her some more built-ins. But the ones I was thinking about earlier that I wanted to use is the ones I used in her room are nice and all. But I really like the ones I'm thinking about. No, it's not the Life and Death ones. It's not Strangerville. It's these. It is literally from Business and Hobbies. Okay. And these go together really well because, like, they're the same shelf and all the same swatches, but they all have different clutter on them. So it works really well together. Let's see, does it come with... Does Business and Hobbies come with a table? What if we put these like this? Make them black. And then we can just use that as like a TV table. I like that. And then we can put some nice couches. So we could do like this maybe. I'm pretty sure this comes with a matching seat, right? Possibly? Oh my goodness. I'm about to search for Desert Luxe kit. It comes with this. That's not really what I was imagining. What about in this? Yeah, no, this is really what I was imagining to go with this couch. We can use this, though. This kind of goes with the vibe of this. So we go with that there. Ooh, I did say we could possibly put a karaoke machine in here. I know that's so random, but hear me out. Hear me out. Let's do activities and skills. And I don't know if we should use the big one or just like the regular one. As if we use the big one, it has a screen. Oh my god. It fits perfectly on this wall. Okay. So what we gotta do is have a regular living space here. We have the karaoke machine here. A picture place here. And a dance area type situation. And like a bar right here. So let's get a black bar. Let's see. Maybe... should we just go with... no, it's a little fancy. I mean, honestly, this is kind of the vibe. Has the right colors. It'll fit perfectly right by the karaoke machine. So we could have, like, the bar be here. It's a little big compared to what I want. Does it come in a 2-bar swatch? Of course it doesn't. Of course it doesn't, because that would just be too easy. Okay, so to do that, maybe add a little bit of a bar stool. Should we use the same bar stool that's up here? Because I'm pretty sure, yeah, this is the same bar we used upstairs. So I guess we could just bring the same bar stools. So she wanted to have her own little private area that wasn't in Pinkie's party area. We could. So we have that. I don't think I'll put a disco ball. I do kind of want to put a camera. I kind of want to imagine that this is like a photo wall. Of course, one of the only packs I don't have is the Machino stuff pack. And that's the one that has the camera tripod. Just... It would be too simple to, like, have, what you actually needed. I put a couple of nice quality cameras out there so you can kind of pretend to use that. Maybe I should get them their own little table over in the corner. It does come in yellow. So we can add a little bit more of the yellow in that way. And then put the cameras over here. There we go. Of course, they're not wanting to slot onto the thing. There we go. So we got some cameras there. Karaoke here. Maybe we'll put like a small little love seat over here in the corner. Okay, that's kind of the right vibe. So maybe we'll go with that. So we have karaoke, a little photo booth, a bar, actual living area. Should I use... I feel like I've overused this rug, but I feel like I should use it again. Let's see what size it is sized up. Oh, yeah, it's pretty much the perfect size sized up. I hate that I like it. But I do. So we'll use it. And I can put a little two-person game console here. We have a karaoke bar, but should we have just like, maybe we put a speaker above the couch? So if people still want to dance when there's someone singing, they can. Which I don't hate the idea of giving her a little entranceway. So real quick, we can go ahead and bring in a mirror. And we're using Love Struck a lot already, so might as well use the Love Struck mirror as well. I thought it came in a black. Does it not come in a black frame? Oh, no, there it is. It just looks gray in the swatches. Also, I'll be like, I know. There is a mirror here. But should we use this one? Or we could use the slightly bigger one from the same pack. If I can freaking find it, this one. That's a little tall up. I kind of want the mirror a little bit lower down. We could also do 2 of these. These do pair really well next to each other. It makes it look like a nice mirror there. And then just add a little accent table. So we could just honestly add the base game one. It doesn't have to be super simple because I'm just going to put a cat statue on it. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's do another black cat statue. For someone who doesn't have a cat, there's a lot of cat statues around here. But I wouldn't mind maybe these little plants again, because I haven't used them in her living space yet. So that could be her little entrance table. There's also, should we have a separate entrance table for, no, I feel like this is like more her back door. We could put like keys or something. She has keys for her car. So we could have, where is it? I'm thinking, there's this one. This also works. Okay, we could put like her little mail and keys right here by this door, and maybe have like a full length mirror. We have the one that we've been using. We also have this one, which is honestly kind of her vibe. So we could go with that there, and maybe just something in the, I feel like there should be some kind of painting right here. I mean, or should it be right here? I don't know. I feel like if it's right here, it can be seen from the back entrance and the hallway. So maybe let's go ahead and try to add a little bit of pink in that way. What is this? This is actually really cool. I didn't know we had this. Hold on, would this fit in the tattoo area somewhere? Like, all the walls are black, so I don't know if there's a point to it. I guess we, instead of these sketches right here, we could use this, because that looks cooler. Okay, so we'll use that. Sorry, random ADHD quest there. Pink wall right here. Oh, we didn't use this little... Okay, sorry. We don't need to use neon signs up here. I like this for right here. It has the pink and the yellow that's in this house. It doesn't fit where I was wanting, but I did like it, so I wanted to place it while it was there. Maybe I can have a couple of these posters. Maybe we get a couple of these paintings. Yeah, I think that works. So we can have the, or should we have this in the corner like this? And try to like kind of have both of those walls have a little something something on them. And then we could do like a plant in the corner if we did it that way. Ooh, I wonder if the plant I'm thinking of has a base game swatch. I mean, it's an older plant, so I almost want to say yes automatically. Of course, I'm not finding the plant I'm thinking of, but we can still use like perhaps either this from our shop, or we can also use this from the front of our shop. I like this. I think this looks really nice. Alright, so we have those kind of evened out there. I know I'm using a lot of the same paintings right next to each other, but I'm not that mad about it. Alright, and I think with that, that's pretty much Inkie's area done. I'm kind of thinking we should just leave these hallways neutral, because they're kind of the hallways in between the living spaces. I did say last part that I was thinking about decorating the hallways, but I'm almost scared that that's too much. We could leave like boards, maybe like little community boards for the households to kind of put notes for each other on. So like maybe Inkie's boards right here if they want to leave Inkie a note. Maud can have her own board by her room. She could have this one. It fits a little bit better. So she can have that board. And then Pinkie, she can have like, which one do I guess this one? This bulletin board? Because we could totally size this up and this be the right color. Does it have another pink swatch? Yeah, that one's even more pink. Perfect. Alright, so they each have a little board by their door. And really, do we need much more than that? Because they already have alarms in there. This is her hallway into her business. So I feel like there's no need for there to be a door board by the business's door. So that makes it feel like there's absolutely nothing in this hallway. But I feel like that's realistic. Like, I feel like they wouldn't really decorate the hallways. Oh, we didn't do the bathroom yet. How did I forget to do the bathroom? Like, I felt like I even said something about it and then just straight up didn't do it. My bad, you guys. All right, well, the bathroom is kind of hard to see the wall, so I feel like we don't have to put too much decor on here. Normally, the way I would set up this bathroom is to do like a little strip down the middle right in front of the door and do like the tub and toilet on one side and then like a row of sink on the other side. But I'm kind of thinking I want a separate tub and shower for her. So actually first I want to look at toilets, because I'm kind of thinking if we could get her a pink toilet. And of course the only one that comes in the right color is smart toilet. That's what I was thinking. Okay, I kind of want to get her a smart toilet too. I know that sounds so weird, but I'm thinking if we put like the smart toilet like right here. Oh, it has a little heart on the back. That's so cute. I never use the smart toilets, and like when else am I going to use it? So I'm going to give Inky a smart toilet because I think she's more into technology than her sisters. And then we can put, I'm debating if we want to put, let's see, how am I going to do the spacing in here? What we could do is put the sink. The problem is I wanted at least a 2-tile sink and a tub and a shower. I don't know if that's going to fit all together. Do a corner cabinet and then just a regular cabinet instead of 2 full like middle cabinets. And then the tub would still fit like a theory. Oh my god, we have a tub in the right color. I was not expecting that. I was honestly not expecting that. Okay. Oh, but does that... I feel like I almost have to put a wall here or something because of the side of that counter is so ugly. Oh my god, do we have a better counter for this? I mean, we have this. I think this looks better. Oh yeah, that's 10 times better. I still feel like we need to put a wall here, though. Like, this looks so weird without a half wall. See, I just don't know what's the right... I guess that would be the right height. Okay, put that there. But does that... That looks weird with the counter. Ugh. Dilemmas. And we could, like, shrink it down and kind of, like, slide it behind the tub and kind of squeeze it into the... I want it to line up with the edge of the... I don't know if it's going to line up with the edge of the counter or not. I could really shove it in there and just put it like that. And that kind of like fills in the gap. And then I guess we can make the tub kind of squeeze back into the corner a bit more. I'm a little scared it won't be functional, but we're putting a shower anyways. So really, we don't technically need the tub, especially since we don't have pets or like infants or toddlers. So if it's not functional, it's not functional. That's how I see it, at least. And then we could just do like a glass shower here. So we have that, and then we need an actual sink. I don't think we have a sink in the right pink that goes into a counter, but we can get a nice black sink. Perhaps. I don't want like a super kitchen-y sink. Maybe something like that. Too blue of a black. Blue of a black. This doesn't have an all black. What about this? I guess that could work. So we could do that there. And if we did it like this, we could put some towels and toilet paper on this wall. So let's go ahead and get that toilet paper while we're here. We can use the one from this kit as well. We're already using a shit ton of kits in this build. I've been trying to like not use like every single kit, but you know how it is in this game. Okay, so maybe we can put her towels here. I kind of almost want to give her a robe. I feel like she would have a robe. And then these go up higher. And then I feel like the only, like I said earlier, the only thing she needs artwork on is right here. And I honestly want it to be the base game pink. I want, like, I even don't care about it being not as nice of an artwork piece as long as it's the ugly base game pink. I don't feel like putting a neon sign above the tub is a smart idea, but it is the right vibe. It is the right vibe. Oh, there's a woohoo. We didn't use the penguin downstairs. Should we use the penguin? I kind of like the heart, though. We already used the heart downstairs. We already used both of those downstairs, but I'm not mad about using them again. And then maybe get a light up mirror. Since we're doing the whole neon signs in here, let's just go full out and get the big base game pink light up mirror. That's the move. That's the move. And then let's see what we can get for... Oh my god. I did not realize we had flowered toilet paper. I feel like I need that just for the vibes. Okay. But, we could put... What can we put in this area that kind of gives pink vibe? So we could do what kind of soap? This tray is kind of cute. We could put that in the corner. Maybe the flower toilet paper can go with that tray. Oh, I mean, it's already a weird tray, so might as well. I guess we can put a black and white soap here. And I want it... This is pink, but it's not exactly the right pink. I guess we could do black towels. I just want to make sure there's something for her to dry her hands off on. Even though it doesn't actually matter, but, you know, it's fine. This is fine. Alright, so I think that bathroom's done. And with that should be everything in this freaking apartment and shop, I'm pretty sure. So for Maud's whole area, compared to the other two areas we've done, I kind of want a way more simplistic look. Because I feel like Maud, the pony that this mod is based off of, is definitely one of the more simplistic ponies in the show. So I feel like it only makes sense. So I think we're going to do very basic on the outside. But I did want to try to find some, like, potted plants that we could use. Like, this one comes in, like, blue and terracotta that we could use. And that's kind of a very basic pot to have. So we could do like, those. I also kind of want to do symmetry. So... let's go ahead and add some of those there. But there's got to be, like, you know, better ones. Because these have been around in the base game forever. So surely we have, like, new plants that have, like, pots on them. I can't think of any, but there's this one. So maybe we can add this one over here. It doesn't have to be perfectly symmetrical as long as we have a lot of pots around. I do want it to be somewhat symmetrical, though. I think that's wood. Let's see. That's concrete. We want, like, clay. Ooh, this one's like a broken pot. That's actually kind of perfect. Wait, that's actually kind of perfect. It has a mushroom in it because, you know, fairies are coming. We're putting this one over here. This one is getting reserved to be its own special spot. So we can put that over here or somewhere. I kind of want it to put a bike area over here. So maybe let's put it right here. Let's put it right here. We'll put it like right by the entrance to the place. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, I kind of want another one. Do I know another one? They also have them in like terracotta pot colors. Like brown colors. This one's kind of nice. We could do a brown one over here. Oh, here's a potted plant from Love Struck. Let's see. What are the colors on these like? these have blue flowers, which is kind of cool. I want it right around the door to be pretty symmetrical. I don't know if I want to do it in the same color or try to bring in more color variation. Or what swatch should I use? Third swatch. Ooh, what about this? We can add this to this one over here. I really like this. Hold on, does this have a pot? No. But I really like this. This is really nice. Ooh, this one's like a painted pot. An even more fun design and like a smaller size. Put like there. That's kind of cute. Kind of flip it around so it doesn't look so symmetrical to the other one. Ooh, here's more painted pots. So we put these right here. Yeah, so we could do like a sampling of the pots here. And then, like I said, I kind of imagined if we have a car over here, a seating area here, we might as well put like a bike area here. I feel like it makes sense that people that come here would be on bikes. But Businesses and Hobbies does come with a new bike. So I feel like it's only proper that we use it. So we could do gray, maybe we do gray, pink, and black for all of their colors. I kind of love it. Even though I don't think it's their bikes. I think the matching the color of the store isn't bad. Mod will have a nice little rug to tie everything together. What kind of rug do we want to use? This kind of fits the color scheme I'm wanting to go for. Like a muted gray. Almost. And it's the only problem I have with that rug is like, I love the texture. I just don't love how uneven it is. Oh no. This is a nice size. Does this have a nice color? Yeah, we could do it like with the door in the middle and so it's on either side. And also that is something we could put out in the hallway. We could do entryway rugs on both sides of the hallway and have them be like the same color or whatever to tie both sides together. I don't hate that. It's just like, what would we put? Like, what is something that is, like, neutral enough to put in all the areas? There's this. I kind of want it to be a square rug, though. Okay, so annoyingly enough, all of the square rugs are being very glitchy right here. I mean, this is also being glitchy right here, but it's being less glitchy than the square rugs. I feel like this takes up a better portion because I want, like, a good portion of the first part of the hallway to be taken up. So we could put like, maybe we could do white rugs. We don't have a lot of white in this build as a main color, but I don't hate the idea of a white rug in the hallway because it's very neutral. It goes with the yellow and the white woods. I don't know. I like it. So we can have big white rugs when you first walk in. The store can have that rug. And I think with that, that's kind of all I want to do on the outside. Like I said, I wanted to keep it very simple. But now we have to decide what we want for the inside. Okay, so let's try. I'm less nervous about the bathroom. I'm actually less nervous about the bathroom. So let's go ahead. I want to make a gray bathroom. So let's look at all the swatches we have. So we do have just plain concrete, but I think this is going to be simple, but it's going to be nice. Why do I not hate that? I hate that I don't hate that. Okay, hold on. Does this go... I never can remember what goes with this or if there is something that goes with this. Yep, of course it's the one that doesn't have a matching tile. Okay, well, I couldn't just do plain concrete in there. And honestly, we could probably do plain concrete kind of everywhere in the store area. I don't hate that, especially with what kind of store it is. So we could do that. Ooh, should we tie in? That's more purple than I thought it was going to be. I really wanted this to be like more of a gray color. I was going to make blue and purple accent colors in here anyways. It's just, I don't know. We'll make it work. So what color walls do we want? I was kind of thinking like of a grayish blue. That's kind of like a periwinkle color. And Maud's outfit is kind of slightly periwinkle, so I don't hate that. So the bathroom would be gray. This could be that. Maybe we can do a gray color here that's more like a definite gray. Maybe we do this on the inside of the bathroom and make it, no. I do like it on the inside of the bathroom. I just don't like it on the stairs. That's interesting. I don't think I've ever used this wallpaper, but it ties in the blues and adds a little bit of black if we want to add black in. I don't think we have to use it anywhere else. I mean, we could use it as the wallpaper for just the bump out if we're really trying to tie it in. Let's leave it and we can change it if we don't like it. But now I'm trying to decide how to break up the store part, because I want there to be plenty of areas for there to be merchandise sold, but I also want whoever's at the front counter to kind of be able to keep an eye on the store, because this store is going to buy a lot of, or sell a lot of expensive items. So I feel like realistically, if any of the stores were going to get burglarized, it would be this store. So I almost want to put the front counter, quote unquote front counter, because they won't use it like a front counter, but I like to pretend that's the front counter. Maybe we put it like right here. We could put it right here. And that way, maybe we can put the alarm over here then. I think that the register has to be on a counter. So let's pick out what counter we'll use. Honestly, we can use an island counter that works. So we could have like maybe this be the front counter, quote unquote, where they come and buy the pottery and jewelry. We can literally just copy the machine over. At this point, every single one of the stores has a register, and none of them function with a register. But people can come back here to get to the gemology class. They go this way to get to the pottery class. So this can be all selling items. So let's go ahead and go to small businesses. And this is the first time I'm placing these platforms down, but if we go, why is there items not from businesses and hobbies in this? Okay, that's weird. But I want to use specifically the round displays. So let's pick out the color that's going to best, that best pick. Okay, so that's the brown we're going to go with. And this has white on it, so that'll also work. So I want there to be multiple displays for the pottery stuff. And I feel like these big round these round displays work really well. So I have that, and then we can line more like cases along here, because it's going to sell pottery and jewelry. So I have to have stuff for both. So this is light up displays, so I feel like this is where like the safest place to put like jewelry would be almost. We could also do like an exclusive jewelry thing right here by the stairs behind the counter. Or maybe I don't know where it'd be best. I kind of like it behind the counter, because like I like the idea of like super expensive items maybe being more behind the counter, some across from each other, just to make them even. So all the really nice expensive items can be in those. I still want actual shelves though to have stuff on. So like some of these. So some of these can be like this. So we could do a wall of these shelves. They look better when they're scooted together though. Honestly, I've placed these several times, and I think they always look better when they're scooted together. And it takes up less space. It just works out better. Alright, how far do we want to go with that? Do we want to stop there? Because that's kind of where the wall is. And then we can put more of the square displays out. Yeah, we can do something like that. So have like the taller ones in the middle and then the square ones all around it. We have a shelf there. We have more expensive ones there. We have the round displays here. So I think that's pretty good for a shop area. Like, I'm almost scared to put too much stuff in here. I wouldn't mind looking at the statues, though. Like, oh, we have this one from Businesses and Hobbies. And honestly, she's beautiful. Like, is she made of clay? We can say she's made of clay. Like, oh, some of them were tattooed. Oh, man. Wait, I don't think the tattoo version would be in this shop. But we could do, like, a gray and a white little statue here. I don't know. Maybe we can pretend those are for sale, even though we know they're not for sale. But I would love to, like, get some statues around the place that are decorative. I mean, the vampire statue also comes in white. Alright, so we have a couple of feminine statues. I actually like that. Maybe we can try to get some more potted plants in here. There is this plant. It is big, but we could shrink it down and, like, maybe this could be over here on this side. Or I think we almost have to have something smaller on that side. But we could put it here. I don't like how it throws the lighting off, though. Oh, God. Wait, maybe, does it, it really throws the lighting off. Do we have to, like, move, how am I going to fix this? I guess that fixes it a little bit. But we can have, like, a plant here. Maybe we have another type of potted plant that's a bit smaller. That's woven. It's actually shocking to me how many of the pots aren't, like, made of clay. Like, most of these are not made of clay. I guess we could get more of the colorful pots we have outside. So we could do, like, a regular size one. And then we could probably shrink them down. Just be, like, maybe the people who came to our business made these. And we, like, sell them at the front counter or something. I don't know. I think that's kind of a cute idea. We also have these, which are obviously pots. We used them outside, but maybe we can use, like, the gold version inside. Oh, these little, like, pots with the smiley faces on them. Wait, that's cute. And it comes in, like, pot colors, too. Hold on. I want some large pots like that. But then I want some of them painted like a cute swatch. I think these painted ones fit in better. Okay, so we have some displays of some stuff up on the shelf that we can pretend we're selling, and then we can put real stuff here. I did, however, want to make sure if we were selling jewelry, which I think we're going to sell jewelry and, like, these things, that I wanted to get some crystal grids to sell. I mean, if we're going with a My Little Pony theme, we should sell some crystal grids as well. So maybe the crystal grids are behind the counter. We can put the gems behind the counter, and then we'll put, like, actual jewelry over here, and then everything else can be, like, pottery. And I want there to be, like, a seating area here. If someone was waiting on someone to take a pottery class or the gemology class upstairs, there could be a little, like, seating area. And it can also have, like, mirrors for you to try your jewelry on with. And maybe once again we can use the mirror that came with the pack that I always have trouble spotting. Here it is. Alright, let's just do it in gray so we can have these on either side of the plant. And then we can have, like, some big seating comfy couches over here. Because honestly, the couches kind of line up with this accent wall perfectly. So let's go to comfort and do 3 couches. Let's see. I guess we should do white couches. So we could put those there. That lines up with that wall. Should we put another couch across from it? Now these look off center. Oh, great. I'm going to have to scoot these in to the center here to make them even. But we could have this couch like this. Has some kind of table in the middle. I almost want to put the coffee table with the fireplace. but that literally catches on fire. And I really have no interest in my Sims catching fire in this business. The other business, yes, but this business, no. I guess the class table is kind of the vibe. Yeah, I guess that works. And then this couch is going to have to be scooted back a little bit. Maybe the plant's going to have to be scooted back. Well, I guess we could do the plant in, like, the middle and do, like, a barrier. But I like down the wall. I like down the wall. We're just going to have to scoot it into the wall a little bit. It will clip slightly. But I could find something to cover that up. I guess I can scoot this a little bit more. Ooh, but you know what? What if we got... There's a rug I'm thinking about. Oh yeah, it's almost the perfect size. It's a little too big, but I think I can make it work. Do we have one that's like a gray and blue? Well, this is kind of brown and blue. I was trying to match this wall color because this is kind of the same pattern. It's just not the exact right color. I think that looks nice. And then, oh, I know. We can use the painting that I use in every single build that I actually don't think I've used in this build yet. So we have to use it. Because how can I use or do a build without using this painting? Especially with this color scheme. It's just too perfect. Oh God. Okay. So we can do that. I guess before we do the classroom area, we can do the bathroom. And honestly, we're just going to stall it out. So let's go ahead and get some bathroom stalls from businesses and hobbies, because we've been using those everywhere else as well. And we'll get them in the light wood, since that's kind of what we're going for here. Alright, so we'll place that into the wall. Place that into the wall. Can we fit another one? If we really scooch them, I think we can fit this third stall in here. It might be a little glitchy visually, but it will do the trick. And then I guess we should use the same counters as we're using up there, just, obviously in the regular counter swatches. And then we can just have like 2 middle sinks and then a big mirror in the middle. I'm thinking this one I think is about the perfect size. Alright, so she can have a soap bottle on either side. I kind of want paper towels for in here. I feel like Maud would have paper towels. I never can remember what the freaking paper towels are called. It says it's paper towel dispensers, but every time I look up towel or paper, it doesn't come up. Alright, so we can put those on either side of the sink. Should we put soap on the wall instead of doing the bottles? I'm thinking the soap on the wall makes more sense for in here. I know I've been using those a lot. I actually really like them. Oh my God, I just saw them. Well, I know for sure I can find it this way. So I guess I'll use this one, and we can just put it on either side of the crack like that on the tile. Alright, so we got paper towels, we got soap. I feel like we need some plants. I feel like I'm missing something, extremely obvious. Okay, I don't know what it is from the counter, but I was kind of thinking, we don't have this anywhere else on this lot. Maybe did a little changing table. There it is. Okay, so we have this. Yeah, I kind of like this. So we can do like a gray swatch. I don't think anyone would bring their fit here. It's just nice to have somewhere in the business though, like for courtesies. So maybe we could do that, and then we can from there place some of the toddler clutter. Oh, I just saw it. Don't tell me you got rid of it now. Yeah, maybe we just leave those. The parents can bring everything else, but we could put some like blue baby wipes in there. And that, I think that's the bathroom done. Like I said, I'm trying to keep it pretty simple in here. And now we can do the classroom areas. So let's go ahead and obviously the main obvious thing to do would be to put the classroom board. So let's see, small business. Let's do the board. We want to do it. We want to do it in white. I feel like we should do it in white. Okay, but I'm going to do the pottery down here. So I feel like we should somehow section off the classroom area from the waiting area without making it too closed off. Maybe we use those dividers because we have them in this. Of course they come in all white, but they don't come in all black. That's actually kind of bogus. That's kind of bogus. I'm sorry. I don't like that. Okay, but we're going to use them in the all white, I guess. And we can put them maybe like lined up with this mirror. So we put the mirror like this. Then it kind of goes like that. I don't know. I think I get some privacy of the classroom. And then we can line everything up here. So I think Maud's stuff. Maybe let's move the whiteboard here. And then Maud's personal stuff for her pottery can be over in this corner. I almost feel like I should have the pottery where you can see what he's doing. And then we can put the Kindle, whatever it is, over in this corner. I want like the class to be able to come watch what he's doing because he's supposed to be like displaying it. But this desk chair honestly is kind of fitting, kind of fits the vibes. I think that shows good display here. I was going to try to easily find like wall instructions to like where he could point to be like, this is this. That's a plant cell. That's a no shoe sign. We're in the right category. I just don't know if anything like that exists. There's this. It's more of a like, hey, if you want to find this, go in this direction. I guess this could work. It's technically a mood board, but it kind of has the right vibes. So you have that, and that's like the teachers section. And then I wanted to put a table for people to put their stuff on when they're done making it. That is not the right type of table. Maybe we can cross it over and make a double table and just blend it in. Let's see. Where are we going to put the rest of the Kindle? Because I want the pottery making things to be right here. So we can go ahead and maybe place these around. So I don't feel like it has to be a huge class. Let's see. How many can we fit across here and it line up kind of evenly? So something like that maybe would be the best idea. So we can have like 5 students in our class, which does mean we need 5 of these, which is not ideal because there's not a lot of room in the area of the whiteboard. I never thought I would say that, honestly. I have been complaining this whole time that the whiteboard area is just too big, and now I'm just like, maybe it's not big enough. I think that's literally the first time I've said that. Okay, well, we can at least get 3 of them in the actual area. Well, I guess that does make more sense with how the dividers lined up. It does more so fully give privacy there. And that just means we have to have something to go right here. I don't hate the idea of just putting some tables up in here. We can also put some like shelves on the wall maybe. There's gotta be good display shelves for this kind of thing, right? I mean, maybe something like this would do. That's not exactly what I was looking for, but I kind of don't hate it. Also, I found this, and I don't know if it'll fit anything pottery-wise, but it was so cute and it matched the color scheme. I had to put it. And now all that's left of this shop is to actually do the gemology classroom area. We don't really have any other staircases the upstairs that have an open thing like this. Just go ahead and just put a wall here. I feel like the most obvious place for the whiteboard is gonna be on this wall. Like, I just feel like it has the most room without any windows. You don't want like backlight behind your whiteboard, because then you could possibly like blind your students, especially if they're working with crystals and metals. Like, I'm just saying. But we do have to have her own gemology table and have the other people have it. So let's look up gemology table first. I also didn't think about putting these jewelry little displays out downstairs. Maybe I also do that. Alright, so we have some jewelry on display here. I got distracted. Okay, but we need the actual gemology table. We'll put it in beige. Should I do hers in beige and the rest in white? Or should I do them all in beige? Or should I do them all in white? Maybe we do them all in beige for now. We can always change it. But the gemology skill only needs the gemology table. So I wouldn't be mad about just putting like mainly gemology tables in this room. And that gets all the gemology in the actual box area. But then we can do like kind of the same thing over here that we did downstairs with the tables. And give them a place to place their jewelry. Because the idea is that maybe she could possibly sell her customers' jewelry if they didn't want to take it home. Maybe we could do the middle table, just fill it with charging grids, so if people want to charge their jewelry, we could have a place to do that. Because I feel like that's a part of the gemology experience, is using the charging grid. So what if we put 4 in the middle and leave the rest as places for you to put your jewelry? I guess we could put shelves. Didn't we put shelves downstairs somewhere? Put these. I don't know if that really worked for jewelry though. We may have to put regular shelves. So I think that makes sense. I just have no idea what to do for artwork. Maybe let's do wall color first. So we did kind of like a periwinkle downstairs. I'm thinking just straight up gray for up here. I feel like that's just the safest option. I mean, we could just put these white line things just to, add a bit of an accent behind this. I think that looks nice. That gives a little bit of an accent wall there. And then maybe we can put some kind of wall decor up right here. I just don't know what fits with gemology. I feel like I used to use this all the time, and I just don't use it anymore. So we could do something along those lines, because that kind of brings in some of the right colors. And I guess I have to do something kind of big on either side of these. I'm trying to kind of choose like neutral color things. I don't necessarily mind putting the same thing twice, as long as it has like a neutral tone and not too weird of a shape. Like this I can't put twice because the shape would be kind of weird symmetrical wise. I don't know. Those are kind of cute. So we have that one and we have that one, and the frames go together. If we use those, they're not the exact same painting over and over again, but they are the same frame. And we could like size them up. I mean, I feel like gallery type artwork kind of goes in this kind of place, right? In the show, Maud is really into rocks, so I wouldn't really be surprised if she had like rock instructions or like ancient rock tomes or something that she displayed in here. I don't know. I think it fits the vibe of Maud. And with that, I think that is her whole business. So now all we have left is to do her actual apartment, which is honestly not as big as either of the other apartments, because I feel like she didn't need as much. As mean as that may sound, I really don't think she needed that much. So this is her apartment. She has a little entryway here that's next to her bedroom. She has a tiny bathroom here, skill building room here, and living space here. So let me go ahead and just get all of the stuff she needs for her hobby room. So we can do that. I think I'm just going to use this same table just in white in here for the items. Well, should I just go ahead and do a three table? I think I should just go ahead and do a 3 wide table in here. Let's see if I can find one that kind of matches. I wanted to go all white, so that's too rustic. I don't know. I feel like this looks kind of workbenchy. And then also I need to change these to white. Maybe we can add some blue chairs in here for this. But I want to specifically get the crystal grids so she can have her own crystal grid. So she can put that there and there. And then maybe should we do another one of these like this for her to put her actual creations on? Because I want to... She has to have room to walk around. Doesn't this have a shorter version? I'm pretty sure this has a shorter version. I think these are going to be the closest I get to matching tables. They aren't exactly matching, which does slightly bother me. But I'm going to make it work. So we can have... I'm thinking like we have this table twice. And she can put like her creations on there. I also want to leave room because the pottery has like where you can make like candle holders. So I want to leave room to leave like hang candle holders on the wall. But maybe we can put like some shelves above them. So we can have stuff up there. We can have stuff here. Alright, that works for a skill building room. Now we need to have like wallpaper. So I'm thinking she would probably honestly just have the same wallpaper in her living space and her hobby room. Maybe she has this wallpaper from her store in her bedroom. And then we can do like a gray bathroom. I'm honestly wouldn't even be against matching, well, maybe the tile on the floor in the bathroom from downstairs. But I kind of want a nicer tile on the wall. Even though with this window here, you're not really going to see the wall, technically. But I still want myself to know it's a nice looking one. I mean, we do have a grayish blue, which is an option. There's also just gray. This is kind of nice. I kind of like this. I don't feel like Maud would have a tub. I feel like she would have... So we could use the new bathroom sleek kit because it has like a gray shower head that pokes out. And then... Hold on. Where is it? Is it under this category? Let's see. Sleek bathroom kit. I was hoping it would be in the bathroom clutter. Okay, it's not. Let's just go to all in this kit. And we can get... Would she do glass wall? Or would she do this wall? I almost feel like she would do this. So we could do an walk-in shower moment right here. Maybe she would have another one where the toilet is to give her a little privacy. And then we could do like a counter here. So what if we we could use the counters from Household's Kitchen and use the same ones in here. And then have a little sink moment. That'd be cute. Do we want to use the same... this same mirror. Is that there enough room to use this mirror up here? I don't know if there is. No, there's not. This mirror, though, that I normally avoid using, kind of fits the vibes. It has a gray with white. Oh, it's a little too small. Okay, there's the Parenthood one. And that also fits the vibes. Okay, so we'll do that mirror. Or we could do this mirror. No, I like the other mirror better. Or should we do this big round mirror? Decisions. Ooh, we're already using Love Struck. So maybe we could use the gray Love Struck mirror. And obviously, bathroom clutter. So, actually, we should probably put the toilet in first. So, let's do just a normal toilet. Surprise, surprise, for once in this build, we're using a normal toilet. Unless we want to use, like, the Japanese type toilets. No, we're already using a talking toilet. Let's just give Maud a plain, regular toilet. Maybe a nice toilet. She deserves a nice toilet. So she can put that one there. Don't love the handle on it. That's better. Okay. Now we can do bathroom clutter. So we can do some toilet rolls on the back of the toilet. I wouldn't mind having 2 for her. I feel like she'd be a prepared type of galley, if you know what I mean. And then maybe we can do... do we have like a grayish blue towel moment? We have a white towel. Do we want to do an all white bathroom? Are we trying to do like an all white and gray bathroom? I don't hate the idea of that. So we put that there. We gotta do the gray and white soap here. Maybe a toothbrush. Is that the hairbrush? I have trouble spotting the hairbrush because the icon for it is so small. If we're going to have a walk-in shower, though, we can also hang some shower type accessories on the wall. Oh my god. The walls in here don't want to show that easily. Okay, we could have like something like this in her shower. Oh, wait, can you just alt place like right there? Thank you. I also said she would be prepared. So I honestly don't think having a toilet plunger would be that far off for her. Oh, there it is. Okay. Should really just be in this color one all the time, honestly. But we can put a little toilet thing there. Maybe I can find what I was looking for here. This laundry, same thing I clicked on earlier. Where are the freaking combs? I guess we could have this. This has a comb in it. Yeah, we'll do that. It's not exactly what I was planning for her, but it works. So we have that there. Maybe we have a wall towel. Okay, so I put that little base game towel. I put a little light blue robe since her outfit has kind of always been light blue. And really, we're trying to keep it simple. So should we just call it there? Maybe we'll add a little rug. That way, when she steps out of the shower, she has a little rug to step onto. And honestly, where's that new rug that we have from this one? From the bathroom sleep kit? I think, well, that's honestly even a little too small. We could find a slightly bigger rug. We could do like this rug maybe. And that space game is nice. And it's about the right size. So we'll leave that as her bathroom. Now I have to do the floors in here. Okay. Well, maybe the rest of her apartment could be carpet. Not pink carpet. But I was just thinking this shaggy carpet in white or not the light blue. Is there a gray? Yeah, there's not really a gray. I do like the shagginess though. I just don't know if the white is too bright. And honestly, this room can have the same thing as the bathroom. Do we want to do a white carpet? Is that too much? Where are we have other carpet options. They're just, I don't know, not as nice. This is more of a gray swatch though. For once, I'll let base game win. We should put a radio in here for Maud. I don't think she would have a radio too many other places, but in her little craft room, I think it makes sense that she would want music in there. Alright, let's start with her bedroom. So I think the only place for a bed to go would really be right here. So let's look to see what we have. I'm thinking in a light blue. I mean, honestly, this isn't even that bad. I actually kind of like this. Though, I'm thinking maybe now it should go over here in this corner beside the wall. I was thinking this is the only place I had enough room for it. But in all honestly, that had a little too much room for it. I'm thinking about centering it with this wall. It's just, this bedroom is so big. Like, all the other bedrooms we've had have been having to, like, divide up with dividers and stuff because they've been so big. And I think I'm going to have to do the same one in here. It's just with all the windows, I'm not sure how to divide it up. Like, I normally put a closet. I guess I could block off this window with a closet. I could also give her a double closet. Hold on. How many? It'd be a tight squeeze, and we would have to face the bed this way. But I could draw a wall and do a double closet moment, which I don't know if I've ever used the closets to do a double closet moment. So that would be interesting. Let's copy. I think they both have the closet, and I can change the color real quick. So obviously it probably should just be in white. That's kind of nice. Hold up. I like that more than I thought I would. I could do a wall of mirrors there and then put the bed over here like I originally planned on. And that way, it kind of makes the bed fit a little bit more evenly. And then we can put some nightstands next to her bed. I feel like she would have very, like, I don't know, kind of nice bedstands. I mean, this one literally looks like it's made out of stone, so it's kind of perfect. I mean, it's Maud. You know, I feel like we need a rug. Okay, actually, let me do the wall mirrors first. Okay, so does she need a dresser? I feel like everyone needs a dresser to put, like, folded clothes into, but I really want this to be, like, a little thing in mirror. I kind of like the idea of just making sure you do the taller wall mirrors. So let's do these. So we could put this a corner like this. I guess we could put, because we can slide these out a little bit, like that, and then we could put like an actual dresser here. I feel like she doesn't, like, her as a character in My Little Pony probably wouldn't wear a shit ton of makeup, so I don't hate the idea of just putting a regular dresser in for her. Honestly, something like this would be kind of cute for her. Because we could do, like, let's see, do something like this, and then what if we put the same mirror in her bathroom in here? Oh, we didn't use the mirror I thought we used in the bathroom. Oops, I forgot I changed it. Okay, well, we can still use this one. This one actually does work a little bit better than I thought. The one I thought of using worked, actually. So maybe we can move the doors over slightly. But I still am having the problem. That's a huge bedroom. And it's not divided up. Okay, let's put a carpet down. I feel like a carpet's going to help us. I also feel like a blue carpet in particular is going to help us. I mean, honestly, though, that's kind of the right vibe. That's kind of the right vibe. And really, what if we put, like, a bookcase in here? Like, I don't feel like she has a bookcase in her house yet. And I feel like Maud would be a reader. Like, I feel like she would definitely read to go to sleep at night. So let's turn off the blue and just look for a nice bookcase that kind of fits here. Can I need a skinnier one because of where the bed's placed? Do we have a skinny enough bookshelf? I forget if we have skinny bookshelves, honestly. I mean, I guess the ones from Businesses and Hobbies work. And we're trying to use a lot of businesses and hobbies anyways. So I guess that makes sense. And really spacing-wise, it makes sense. I guess I could also scoot this over ever so slightly. Like, we could have it slightly off center on purpose. And then if we do that, okay, I very much want to get a lamp for her. I feel like if she's going to have this whole reading nook, she needs a lamp beside her desk. Why does that one honestly work? I hate using this one because it's so simple, but maybe it's so simple it works. And then maybe have a couch right here across from her bed. We could do like a little couch. I don't want to do the base game couch, but we could do like a cute little couch. Honestly, this is kind of the right blue, and it kind of helps with the fact that this is very off symmetry. So, I don't know. I feel like it helps because it has like the little swerve. So we could put that like this almost. And then we can have like a tall standing lamp. As we have this one from Business and Hobbies. And we could put it in the gray. And this kind of like fits. Oh, I like this. I actually like this. Okay. So let's make this to where it's like this. We just mainly need like a big piece of art above her bed. We could look at the other colors on it. I don't know if any of the other colors really work. I mean, there's this one. That kind of works. So we could use this above her bed. We have a whole wall of mirrors, so no reason to put a mirror over beside her bed. Really? I don't think she would have music in her bedroom. I put music in the other bedrooms. I don't think that would be her vibe. So maybe we just leave it like this. Do we need something over here? I feel like we need a plant somewhere. Like, but I don't know if we can fit one. Maybe we can fit like a little one up on the shelf. We could do this little flower because we've used that in other swatches. Maybe just put some clutter here on this little dresser moment so we can have like a little tissue box. Because I used to use that all the time. I like never use that anymore. What else is clutter that we could use in a bedroom? Okay, I couldn't find the comb, but I found all this clutter. I think all of this looked nice together and made sense for a little dresser moment. And I also, since, we said she was going to be like a nighttime reader, I went ahead and put one of the little open books here just kind of sitting beside her bed as if she just laid it down right before she passed out to go to bed. I don't know. I thought it was cute. And with that I was trying to find something to go in this corner. Okay, so I put this that we put over in her store over here because I thought it kind of worked. It kind of tied that in over from her store. And then in this corner, I think just a plant will do. So we just get maybe this plant. Maybe she can open her closet door without needing to move the plant. Who knows? She'll make it work. She has a second closet. She technically doesn't need this closet, but it's fine. I think I'm going to leave it in that swatch and shove it more in the corner. So we at least have some more greenery in there. We have a little greenery on the shelf too, but it's not a lot. And I think with that, that's pretty good for the bedroom. So now we just gotta do the living space, and then we'll be done. So maybe let's do the entrance hallway first. I feel like she would have a rug, but maybe not like right by the front door. Maybe like a big middle rug, either like a brown rug or a square rug, or just something that fits the space nicely. That's not a hamster rug. Does this have any normal swatches in the round? Of course not. All of them are that. Okay. Well, there is this rug. And this is very much the vibes to this place. So we have one rug as the entranceway, and then on this rug, we could have... This is going to sound weird. This is going to sound so weird, but just bear with me. What if we had... Don't we have round accent tables? We also have round coffee tables that could work. I was kind of wanting to be taller than a coffee table, though. And slightly bigger than that. That's not quite as big. That one's too big. None of the coffee tables like to be the right size, like, ever. Okay. Well, I was saying we could put a coffee table here, but they're all, like, the wrong sides. We could do a dining table, a round dining table, but I think all of those, well, maybe, like, these wouldn't be so bad. I don't think she'd be super traditional. I don't think she'd be too modern. Okay, maybe instead of a round table, which was a far shot, I know. But what if we, because I feel like for the sizing, it would be better to use a skinnier table down the middle. So we could use, like, this table. But we have it down the middle so we could have, like, a place for her to put her stuff when she comes in. I want more wall mirrors here. Like, I feel like a hallway full of mirrors wouldn't be, like, a bad touch. Like, we could have them line up with the corner of the wall and place those all down there, so that ties that in from the bedroom. And this be like her entryway table. I know that's a weird entryway, like, I am aware, but I kind of like it. Like, it's funky, it's kind of modern, but in, like, a not super weird way. And then we have, like, a white statue up here. Oh my god. We could have a llama statue welcoming them in. No, I don't think that's the vibe. Okay, what about this vase from Island Living? Because, like, we can pretend like she made it with her pottery. And, honestly, what if, should we display, like, some kind of rocks or jewelry? I was originally thinking this statue, but we already used that statue in Inkie's little place in black. Let's see. We also have these rocks. Oh, these rocks kind of go with this vase. That's kind of cute. It's kind of cute. That's not, like, anything useful in the entryway. It's all just kind of decor, but I'm not mad about it. I also was thinking maybe she would have, like, a shoe rack by the door. Of course, all the colors on the shoe rack are absolutely not fitting with the vibe of this house, like, at all. I guess we could just have singular shoes. I don't know. I wanted more of a shoe rack, though. Can I use this as, like, a fake shoe rack? Hold on, that's actually possibly an idea. Hold on, do they have in gray? None of the colors are great, which I don't love. Okay, maybe that rack isn't the best one to use for this. Hold on, let me just place some shoes out for me to use, and then go to... I could make this my own idea. So if we go to shelves, I could place these down here. And then, oh, I don't even have to alt place them. That's awesome, actually. I was totally expecting to have to alt place them. But I could put, like, shoes up in this area. Maybe put them in all the white. Nope, that is not the right vibe. Okay. These colors, those colors. Maybe we can copy these again. I don't know. I kind of like the idea of her having, like, this whole, like, shoe collection right here. And then, let's see. Or should we do just one and do plants on either side? Because I feel like maybe these could be placed down in front of them as if she, like, just put these shoes on. And then we could do a little plant on either side because we need more greenery in this apartment. And honestly, we already used this plant in here, didn't we? We used this plant somewhere. I guess we could use it again. I don't hate using the same plant over and over again. So we could put these here. Those look nice. By her front door area. Like, that is like an entryway I've never done before, but I don't hate it. So we're going to leave that there. And then here, okay, so I was thinking in this corner we could put a desk. I wouldn't mind Maud having a desk with a nice computer that the whole household could have access to. I feel like that's nice. Chair, what about this one? Yeah, we could do that. And then maybe another lamp. I feel like lamps are totally her vibe. Maybe just a simple white. And then we could have a stack of books. I mean, these are about the right color. So maybe we have like a stack of books beside us. We could have a little pencil cup holder thing. This one. And this watch, because I think that's fitting. Alright, so I think that's good there. We can have like a proper living room space here. I don't think she would have like that much that exciting in her living room, honestly. I just feel like she would kind of be simple. Maybe she can have like a super nice TV. I don't even know if she'd have a game console. Like, to be fully honest, let's put in a couch. Let's see what kind of couch we are thinking. Yeah, I want like a big couch, like a couple of like really big couches. If like watching TV is gonna be the main thing, might as well go with a nice enough couch. This is the right color. Yeah, we could put this one. Oh, but now that makes me want a smaller TV. Hey, I guess we could do like a TV section here and do another bookshelf over on this wall. Here it is. We have this one. Honestly, that kind of fits. That kind of perfectly fits, actually. So that means we can make this seating area kind of like this. And have like a square coffee table in the middle. Okay, so I took this like little modular square coffee table that's like this big from Dream Home Decorator and like made a big one out of it. And they can still get all the way around. So I think that's nice. So we place that there. I'm going to scoot this thing there. And then, let's see. I feel like she'd have more book clutter. I'm just kind of going all out with the book clutter because, like, I feel like she would have her hobbies, but I also feel like she would very much be into books. So we can have, like, an open book here, kind of just sitting there. Like, she just put it down. I wouldn't mind, like, a little book storage unit. Well, we'll leave that for now. Maybe I don't see her being much of a journaler. I do possibly see her having some extra books in these little carry things. So this one actually has stuff already in it. and it matches. So we can have like 2 baskets there that have like different clutter. We can put the book over here, like she just put it down. What else would she have on this table? Ooh, maybe she would have like a little, not decoration, activities and stuff. She could have like a little game or something, like a little table game, all in one board game. Yeah, she could be into board games, guys. Ooh, that actually gives me an idea. Don't wake the llama. That's what she could have in this area. A Don't Wake the Llama table. Yes. Unfortunately, I can't change the color of the llama. Can I change the color on this one? Do I have to literally... Oh my god, all of them are either purple or brown. That's annoying. That's actually really annoying. I wish they would have made this where it had a white swatch. But at least we have that. So she can have like some board games storage over here next to these books. Yeah, that's kind of cute. And then I feel like she would totally have another lamp like she has in here. This is a lamp galley. She's a lamp galley. And put this book over here like she literally just put down next to the lamp. I don't even think the living room area really needs a rug. I might put a rug under the games table. Let's see, do we have a light? We have a light blue. We could add some light blue in that way, and then maybe more shelves. I could even like scoot them together like that. It's a little clippy, but I think it works. And then let me scoot this over. We could do a little radio right here. That's what we could do. Okay, so let's put maybe this radio. Honestly, I like that. Okay, so we could use that there. Actually, I like that here. Let's put this here above the desk and put something else over here. Yeah, that's cute. And then get some kind of bigger art piece above the couch. I could honestly do like 3 of these put together. Maybe like a little gallery portrait thing. I would obviously straighten them out, but do something like this. Maybe the one last thing I have left that I want to do, and this is going to sound so random, but I kind of want to add like a curtain. Yeah, we could just do that. And then it kind of closes off her craft room if there's people over. I think that's the whole place done, you guys. Oh my god, I only took 2 videos, and the videos being super long, but we did it, you guys. We finished having 3 living spaces and 3 businesses on one lot. So I'm going to go through and go back into live mode real quick and give you guys a proper tour. Alright, so here are the final 3 shops and the final 3 apartment/home type situations for these 3 Sims. So for the Sims, the tattoo shop is owned by Inky, which is Pinkie's twin sister. That's the opposite of her. And Pinkie Pie, of course, owns a candy and cupcake shop. And then we have their sister, Maud, who is the one that has the pottery and gemology shop. And as you can see, I tried to kind of blend it in with the world, with like the roof structure and like the way the buildings were set up. It has those private gate fences like those have. So I tried to blend it in with the world, but I did make it very much its own style in the same way. So like the structure of the building is very much like the ones around it, but it kind of has like a modern update because it's shops. I mean, of course, most of the upstairs is personal living, but still, the whole point of this build was for the shops. So I guess I'm gonna actually, as weird as this sounds, go from right to left instead of left to right. So we'll start with Mod Shop. So you come in here. This is kind of the front area. Obviously, we have a lot of pottery stuff out here. It kind of has like gray blue and purple tone. We have some bikes out here. And then this is the front entrance area. And when you walk in, automatically it's a store. So you're going to have a bunch of pottery and jewelry all on these areas. This is kind of like the fake front counter area. We have a little display shelf for like your pricey things. If you were to go up here, this is where you would take your gemology class. And there's like some crystal grids and all of that over here. But then if you go down this way, you can either go one into the bathroom. So this is the bathroom for this business. And then there's a little seating area out here. You could try jewelry on and whatnot. And then over here, you can take pottery classes. So there's a bunch of pottery class stuff here. And then if you wanted to go directly from her business to her house, you can come out into this hallway. There is a little entrance out here too, so you can come through this gate in Pinkie's area and come up this way, and it takes you to either Maud's business, or you can go up the stairs and it'll take you to Maud's little apartment area. So she has a whiteboard outside her door. This is the hallway that leads to Pinkie's area. But you come in here, and this is the entranceway. Again, a very unique entranceway, but I kind of obsessed. Before you go even into the living space, you can go into her bedroom area. So you have her little dresser and mirror corner. You have a double closet. You have a really nice bed area with a little reading couch. And then if you do go into the living area, this is her actual living room. It has a little glass ceiling moment, which is nice. And then this is her bathroom. It has a sink, like a double sink moment, has a private toilet and a walk-in shower. Actually a really nice bathroom. It does have a lot of glass in it though, between the glass roof and this window, but you know, this is fine. And then over here you have a little games table. We have a computer and her little skill building room. That's her own personal room. And if you were to go this way, this gives you direct access to the gemology class. And that is kind of Maud's old area. And then the next building is Pinkie Pie's building. So this is the mill building. It has the sign to all the businesses. So you have the tattoo shop, the candy shop, the pottery shop. But then it also, behind it, when you first walk up here, it's kind of like a for sure front path, because the front path has the sign on it. So there is a path behind the sign, but the path is more just into the seating area, because this shop is a candy and cupcake shop. So I wanted somewhere for the people to come sit and eat their food. So they have that, but you can come around either side of it and get to the front party patio. And also if you go this way, it's kind of the same situation that is over there. It has like some trash cans, mailboxes, and the front doors to the living space. But you come up here, this is the cupcakes and candy shop. You walk up here, crazy party deck, and then you walk in, and automatically over here there's a little candy making station. It's supposed to be more for kids, but you know, you could come here as an adult and make the candy. A little alarm system. There's a bakery table here that you can get like cafe, like coffee at, and like desserts. I'm going to sell desserts in these shelves, and in these shelves there's a little bathroom back this way, so you can sit here if you want to get away from everything, but you also have the little double stall bathroom in here. It kind of has a weird platform situation, but we made it work. And then if you go here, this is like the employee bakery kitchen. So this is how you get into the hallway that goes into Inkie's living space and up to Pinkie's area. But When you come in here, you have a dish pit, which was honestly one of my favorite things to make in this whole build. Oh, and then we have a huge kitchen. So we have a regular oven cookie making station over here. We have a cake display over here. We have the refrigerators here, a sink here. We have an island here that has both a break space that has like a phone that you can like take orders on, and ice cream machine. You have the big cupcake machine, and then more candy making stations, but these are for like the employees. And that's kind of like the bakery area. That's her whole shop. But if you go up this way is how you get to her living space. So this is her living space. And because it's the biggest, I put 2 doorways into it. But also I put 2 doorways into it because the rest of the family uses it. So like that's Maud's area. Down here and those doors is Inkie's area. But Pinkie kind of shares her area because her area has the only kitchen for the entire household in it. So you walk into this area. If you come around, this is what the entrance area. Keep in mind, this is for Pinkie Pie, so there are a lot of balloons. But over here is the kitchen. So this is a huge kitchen. It has a little cookie making counter. It has a computer in the corner. We have all the double ovens, the refrigerator, a dishwasher and sink area, some cereal and cake tables. I just tried to really go out with the kitchen because it was the only one for the household. Obviously, we had the bakery kitchen, but this is the only one that like the people that live here are going to use. It has a little dining table. It has a bar across from the cookie making station. And then because it's Pinkie Pie, I figured she would like have her own stage to tell comedy on. So we have a little comedy section here next to the seating area. We have a living space that has a big TV with like a gaming area and whatnot. And then if you come this way, this is the bathroom. So very Pinkie Pie colors. Even has a little pony here. So we have a bunch of stuff for Pinkie Pie in this bathroom. And then this is her bedroom. So it has a glass floor that she can see down into her business with. More balloons, obviously. And then you come in, and this bedroom is set up kind of weird. So if you come this way, this is like her walk-in closet. So this is like her dressers. But then she has a walk-in closet area as well. That's kind of messy. But if you come back this way, she kind of has like her pride wall and a couch. She has a cute little bed moment that's kind of party themed. We have a pride painting. And then this is her party closet. So we have her regular clothes closet, but this is her party closet because it's Pinkie Pie. So there's like random party supplies just like overflowing out of the party closet. But if you go in the party closet, like it has party cannons, it has balloons, it has a trunk of storage. So that's kind of Pinkie's living space. And then if you go this way, Inky and Pinkie share a party area. I don't think Maud would have anything to do with this area. But if you come in here, it's very much a mix between Inky and Pinkie. I think it's a little bit more Inky style, but I think Pinkie would have made it. And the only reason it's Inky style is because this building technically belongs to Inky as a part of the black building. So she would have been like, okay, you can make it into a party area, but you have to make it to where I would like it. So I tried to make it kind of subtle from the outside to where, like, if you weren't looking for the party area, you'd probably just walk past it and not think about it. But if you were, it's obviously the party area. But then you walk in and it's like, bam, boom, bam, party, ma'am. So we have a big buffet table over here. We have a cake table. Over here we have a little entrance to the DJ booth. But if you go around this way, there's a sitting area with bathrooms. So we have a pink wall and a black floor bathroom. And then we have a pink floor and black wall bathroom. So, but across from that is the DJ area that has like the dance floor, a disco ball. And then over here, there's like a seating area, kind of just like to sit and eat off to the side. But then out here we have like this huge bar and seating party area in case you were throwing like a big party and was having like a meal or something. This is kind of like their own personal party area, because I didn't think Pinkie Pie could have her own place without having her own party area, right? And then we have Inkie's tattoo shop and living area. So you can come back out this way, and this is obviously like the residential entrance. But if you come back out this way, this is the shop. So this is, you walk up, you have Inkie's car, you have a fancy entryway, and then you walk in and there's this hallway, and if you go over here you have the tattoo planning office where you can sit here and plan your tattoo with Inkie. If you go over here you have the public restroom. It has 2 stalls in it. Each business has at least 2 stalls in it, which I was really happy with. And then there's a kiosk here for you to check in with. Then there's like a waiting lobby here. So I could kind of imagine if like you're waiting to talk about your tattoo, you would come sit here in this area, listen to music, kind of chill. And then this is how you would get into Inkie's area. Each one of them kind of have their own access to their business and to their house. But then we're going to have to go, we're going to have to go down into the basement for a minute. This way. Okay. If you walk down into the basement, this is the actual tattoo area. So you can buy tattoo prints here. One of the business activities is just to chill and watch TV. So you can come here and watch TV and kind of game. There's some fireplaces. And then this is how you get to the tattoo room. So this is Inkie's personal tattoo room. So this is kind of her setup. It's definitely more well used and whatnot. And then she has an employee area that like, this is where I would imagine her employee would tattoo. It's a little less crowded, a little less personalized, but still decorated. And then this, if you come back here, is the secret bookshelf that goes into the hookah room. So you can come here, you can buy your hookah from this cashier, and then you can come here and use the bubblers and possibly watch TV, listen to music, and really just chill. Her entrance to her house is in this hallway. So across from the access to the bakery kitchen is Inkie's front door. And she doesn't have a grand front door. It's a bit smaller, but she has a basement. Okay, she has a whole basement that her business is in. So she has her little board, but you walk in and this is her front area. So this is her living room, kind of a big living room with a gaming area and whatnot. She has a little party room of her own because it's still Pinkie's twin. Even though she's like the polar opposite of Pinkie, I still think she would like to party. So she has a little karaoke machine, a bar, a little photo place. But then if you go over here, this is her little entrance area. And then this is her bedroom. So you walk in and you have the bed area over here. It's her little doorway. And then you come around these plants and you have her personal get ready area. So she has a little makeup mirror, a wall mirror, a little closet there. And then if you go across, this is her own personal bathroom. So she has a shower, she has a tub, she has a big sink area, a talking toilet, interestingly enough. If you go around this way, this is kind of like the back entrance into like her business that we're talking about. And then if you go around the whole business, this is kind of a top-down view. You can see each building's a little bit bigger as you go through. This is kind of what the sides look like. It has a lot of glass roof accents, a lot of walls of windows. And yeah, that is pretty much the whole build. Like I said, I am going to be recording 3 different videos in this build. In this building with the tattoo shop, we're going to be going with the schemer alignment. In the gemology and pottery, we're going to go with the neutral alignment. And then, of course, Pinkie Pie's cupcake and candy making will be the dreamer alignment. And that's going to kind of, like I said earlier, going to be my final 3 reviews for the businesses and hobbies. I do want to like speedrun a 5-star business, and I have several different businesses I want to build. There's different businesses I want to build for characters and play with, but the 3 videos that use this build in particular are going to be my last technical gameplay review videos. And about time, because it's almost 3 months later since the pack came out. But anyways, guys, I'm going to end this video here. I hope you enjoyed it. I know it was a long one. I know it was a part 2, so there is a part 1 to watch if you missed it. But I hope you still enjoyed it. So thanks so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and all that awesome stuff, because you guys are awesome people. I'll see you next time. Alright,